Hi, everybody. This is Horror Studio One coming to you once again with the Horror Studio live stream. How's everyone doing today? Well, right here in Canada, it's actually raining. So. um, yeah, so actually, because it's raining, I actually have something I gotta say. I'm just saying that because last time I was doing a live stream and my internet connection got cut and I basically had to like abruptly end the live stream. And it was an awesome stream. It was like 4 hours, but it had to end because my internet just completely lost connection. So if that happens today, you guys will know the reason for that. It's because it's raining here in Canada, Toronto, Ontario. So that is the reason why. So yeah, hey, how's everyone doing today? I want to thank all you guys for once again coming with me on this very quiet Friday, I guess. It's the first live stream of 2016, so happy new year to all of you guys. If you guys are in the comments, you guys can say happy new year to me, or uh, your plans for 2016. You guys can also comment on there, and I love to see what you guys have to say, what you guys are up to for the new year for 2016. Myself, just trying to finish school and grinding basically with the YouTube and all that kind of stuff as my main passion, as my main choice of career, even. So basically, we have some topics I want to talk about today. I was doing the Skinwalker Ranch video, actually. If you guys watched it, I just released it. Actually, it's the one before this one, and it got me really into the topic, and it got me really interested. It basically is a place with all this paranormal activity. People don't know if they're monsters or they're UFOs, they're aliens or they're Native American shamans. Basically, all this kind of stuff. But yeah, it's super exciting in my opinion, and I basically did a whole 40-minute video on that, and then that kind of got me thinking. We all have a lot of childhood stories from our past, whether they're ghost stories or monsters or boogeyman stories. And today I just wanted to maybe put that as the topic of discussion for today. If you guys have any of your own childhood horror stories, doesn't have to be monsters, doesn't have to be the boogeyman, it could be paranormal incidents, or even stalker stories from your childhood. You're free to come in the live and join us and discuss with us. And that will be the topic of the day. Just one thing I want to address before having some more people in here, I guess, is if you guys can do that in the chat, I will read the chat. And for those individuals who share, good stories or have a good story to tell, I will add them into the live stream because I realize that the format we've been doing it for the past couple of months, even this is like the 8th live stream or something. It's been like 2 months, 3 months I've been doing this. A lot of the times, a lot of people are in here. There's like up to 12 people in here, and I love all you guys, but it just seems like the system isn't really going that well, and sometimes the main topic is never really addressed. So for the people that click my video, they see the title, but then we'll be maybe talk about that for 5 minutes, and then the next 55 minutes will be totally something different, or it won't even be about the paranormal. And as a host or as a creator, as someone that has this kind of show, I feel that maybe I want to switch it up a bit. So from now on, I'm only going to send the link to individuals who have a story. So it won't be a free-for-all anymore. I apologize beforehand to those fans who just want to come in and say hi to me. Yeah, you guys will get a chance. I will read the live chat. And if you have a good story to tell, you can always come in. We can chat a bit and you can tell your story. But I just feel if I just throw it out there and anyone can come in, the live chat kind of gets kind of disruptive and it kind of gets chaotic, especially for me because I have to host the whole thing. And then it gets, I'll be honest, it gets pretty tiring whenever there's like 12 people and you're trying to steer the conversation back to the main topic. So I only will be sending a link to certain individuals who want to have a story to tell. So I'm just going to start reading all the comments you guys have. And if you guys have a story to tell, put it in the comments and I'll send you the link. And then you guys can come in and, talk about that. If you guys have a Skinwalker story, that would be pretty amazing as well. So, if you have that, I'd be open to having you guys come in. Um, there's some people in the comments like, grab a blanket, turn off your lights. Well, my lights are on right now. They're not off. But yeah, there's someone with a possession story. So I'm going to send the link to, of course, if you're listening to this, I'm going to send this link to your message box. So yeah, if it's an interesting story, man, I will, yeah, I'll be happy to have you on. So yeah, I sent that message to another person, so hopefully they'll get on. And in the meantime, I actually have one from my childhood. I don't think I've shared it before. It was from when I was very young. Basically, I had a childhood dream. I think I was 2 or 3 years old, and I was living at my grandparents' house at the time. And basically, I never really have reoccurring dreams, but this one in particular, it was a reoccurring dream, and it kept on coming up over and over again. Basically, I was standing outside in the dark, and then there would be this man with like a straw hat, and he would have like a cape kind of thing, and he looked like those old, like, I don't know, like 1950s kind of people, and then he would glide over. He would glide over to me. But this was definitely a dream, because I remember not actually physically walking outside, but just having that happen in the dream several times. And I never really had recurring dreams. It only happened at my grandparents' house, and it never happened again afterwards. So that's, I mean, the worst boogeyman story I think I have to tell is that one from when I was really a baby, when I was like 2. So, I mean, that's super ass young, to be honest. But yeah, that's basically the only story I have to tell for that. I don't really have a fulfilling life with the paranormal, as you guys may know. Never really have like crazy experiences. Like I went with my friend. Like you guys probably know this if you guys follow me. I have a video coming out that's gonna be me and actually a viewer of mine who lives near me. His name is Mike, and together we go to haunted places around our city. And because he's inclined to the paranormal, he can kind of feel it and sense it. We went there to film. And personally, because I never, I never really experienced any of this kind of stuff. For me, even when I was in those places allegedly who were supposed to be haunted, it was really hard for me to actually feel anything. So, even when I was physically in those places, it was really hard for me to feel anything. That shows how little, inclination I have to this kind of thing. So, yeah, I will be sending some links to some other people as well to come. So this Rebecca person, she says she has a reoccurring nightmare. Of course, like if you have a reoccurring nightmare, that would be awesome. You can come on and we can chat a little bit. So I sent you the link, Rebecca. I'm sending up links to other people. So I sent a bunch of people links. You guys can check your inboxes. For those that said in the chat that you had stories, I basically sent you the link. So you guys can come in and start talking about that stuff. So for Colleen, I can send you the link too. It will be in your messages part. So if you get it, you can click in and you can share your story as well. And if it was when you were a kid, that'd be pretty awesome. We have a lot of viewers today. Usually we have like about 18 to 20, but today we have like 65 viewers. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty great. But the chat is unusually tame. I'm not even sure why. Maybe because of this new format. I don't even know. No, so game flame, Matt, you're asking me. No, I mean you can stay after you finish the story. But it's just that like we had just too many people all the time. It was really chaotic, and I just didn't want so many of the same guys just being in here and stuff. Yeah, so I sent it to Colleen. I sent it to Rebecca Adams. I sent it to Ro Johnson. So I sent it to all you guys in your messages for your YouTube. So if you guys go to your messages, you guys would probably get a message from me. You guys can click on that link to join this chat so you guys can actually come in here. Yeah, so back to the story of the filming. It was really crazy though, because I was editing the video, and it's taken me several days. Like I finished filming it sometime during Christmas, like a bit before Christmas. It was like the 24th when we finished all the footage filming. But we had actually had to edit it the longest because we had so much footage, and it's not like a crazy amount. It's like basically like an hour, like 2 hours of footage. But because we had to keep it, like I, as the director of myself and the person that's going to edit this whole thing, I had to keep everything real, like airtight. So I was trying my best to do that, and that's really what I found challenging. And I found some of my performances, to be honest, not to be the best out there. You know, as a horror host, I think I like it's hard to critique yourself when you're looking from the inside, but when you're looking from the outside and you're actually the director directing and editing your own clips, you see your own performance. And I honestly wasn't really happy with my own performance. Like even as I talk right now, it feels like I'm trying to keep myself more composed than usual. If you guys can't tell, you know, did not dropping the F-bomb every 3 seconds. But yeah, like I found it sometimes, like as a horror narrator, we're not narrating a lot of like comedy or entertainment news. So I found that when you host these kinds of more serious topics, maybe you should be a bit more composed, in my opinion. So, you know. Yeah, and yes, Mike, you can join without having a story. You're like the that's why I sent you the link, dude. Yes, Mike, you can join without having a story. Yeah, so send Matt with the story as well. I'm just looking through like this guy that always comes to my stream, and he has videos up. It's weird seeing that.
Yo, I didn't know, because I thought you had to have a story.
No. Like I sent it to you because everyone else mostly needs to have a story.
Oh damn, that privilege though.
That privilege though. What's up, man? 2016. How's it been?
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year. It's been 8 days.
It's been good. It's been good. I'm starting back classes like next week, and everything's going good.
Yeah, same here. A lot of my friends, like at U of T and stuff, they start classes like now, but like I start class like next week. That's so weird. Like I feel so lazy compared to other people. I don't know. Well, good thing I'm like editing the movie we did, the documentary. So that's.
Do you know when it's gonna be up?
Yeah, I should be done. I should have been done by today, but I totally slept in. But it should be up. I'm gonna have a trailer up, like a teaser up.
Okay, nice.
Post it on my channel, and then it's gonna be the best parts. You know, your parts, and it's gonna be like 30 seconds or something. And then 1 week after, maybe 6 days after, it'll definitely be before January 16th because that's when I start school. So it'll definitely be before that.
Okay, all right.
So you guys will get to see Mike's face. You guys have seen my face, but have you seen Mike's, dude?
He's like blur it out the whole thing. Go back to editing and just blur out everything.
He's the first person that comes on the screen when it opens. He's the first person that just shows up.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. So this is Ro Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? You watch my videos.
Like always, I wanted to join the last live stream, but I was too shy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this makes it better too, I think, because we don't have like 16 people here, so a lot of you guys can. You don't sound American or Canadian.
No, I'm from Romania.
Wow. What are the stats on that? Like, I rarely check my stats in that country. How old are you?
Well, I'm 15.
Ooh, okay. I got a lot of young fans. Most of the people that come on this stream are actually 15. So you said you had a story, actually, from your childhood. So was it a couple of years ago or 10 years ago?
Mostly a year ago.
All right, so because you're kind of still like in my eyes, you're still kind of a child. So I mean, so it was from
Yeah.
when you were 14. When you were 14, what is the story? Can you share with us?
It's about my ex-boyfriend. He is possessed by a
He got,
demon.
he got possessed. Your ex-boyfriend got possessed. Oh, so you were 14.
Yeah.
How young were you when you started this relationship with your boyfriend?
Uh, 14. It was about 9 months.
Hmm. Was this your first boyfriend or?
No, I had one or two when I was like 13.
Wow, but it wasn't
He
like
wasn't very, very serious, you know?
yeah. So this was your serious boyfriend then that got possessed by.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened to him?
Well, I remember it was about Christmas time,
Okay, okay.
and uh, I remember that I went to his house after I finished my exam on
Yeah.
Romanian class, and I found him like passed out on the bed, and his little brother was playing on the computer, and I asked what happened with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his little brother was so casual. He told me that he just passed out. Now he's on the bed.
Yeah, just yeah, he's
And
just
then he
gone.
pointed to a pool of blood on the hallway that
Wow.
I totally ignored.
Holy shit. Okay.
And
Was it his blood?
I,
Do you know or
yeah, it was his blood.
coughed up or from an injury? Like coughing blood or
Uh, he coughed blood and from nose. His nose was
nose?
bleeding very much.
Yeah.
That's what his little brother told him.
Wow. Yeah, he was casual, eh?
Yeah, very. And I sat on a bed next to him and I tried to wake him up like usual.
Hmm.
I tried for about 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 20.
Yes.
He didn't wake up. I was very frustrated.
Yeah.
Then I didn't know what to do. And at one moment, he just opened his eyes, and his eyes looked so dead, like he wasn't even there. And like the good, caring girlfriend I was, I tried
Hmm.
to clean the blood from his corners of his mouth, and he just grabbed my hand and like smash it across a wall.
Wow. So basically your boyfriend was passed out on the couch with blood on his face and the floor?
Yeah,
How young was his little brother? Like if I was his brother, I would have
about 10.
10?
Damn. Yeah.
That's still pretty crazy. I mean, I can tell like a bit of a tangent. I'll just go on a bit of a tangent here. Sorry. When I was a kid,
And okay,
okay,
continue,
no,
continue.
no, no, I was like, it's just a dumb story. When I was a kid, basically, I went to the bathroom one time and I opened up the toilet because the toilet seat was covered, and I opened it up and I saw blood there. And then basically, because my sister had just walked out from there, and, but I must have been 8 though, and I freaked out and I ran to my dad and I was like, Dad, she's dying. But then of course, like my dad was like, oh, she's not dying, but it was some other kind of blood, right? So that just reminded. I'm sorry, that just reminded me of that story. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Um, Later on that night, I talked to his mother, and she told me that these kind of things happen for about a year and a half,
Yeah.
but the night wasn't over. Before I talked to his mom, he after the part when he just hit my hand on the across the wall.
Did that hurt? Yeah.
Um, yeah, really bad.
She.
Um, he just rose from his bed, took notebook. He dragged a chair next to his bed and he started writing down things. But this wasn't an alphabet, it wasn't a human alphabet. There were some creepy characters, and I don't remember how they looked like, but they looked very horrible, and there were some numbers.
Yeah.
I tried to touch him, but again, he just hit my hand very hard on the chair.
Yes.
And then he took a really tiny mirror that he had next to his bed and he just smashed it in his hand.
Wow.
And he just started to pick up the little shards and throw them on the floor. And I just was like, I'm freaking out. I'm about to pass out. I don't know what to do.
Like at this point, did you think about maybe leaving or calling the police or something? Because that's not normal. Like you're talking about breaking glass and all that kind of stuff.
I was thinking about leaving, but I was too scared. I thought he had some kind of a seizure or something. He told me previously that, yeah, around Christmas I have some creepy stuff going on. I just don't talk to anyone. I'm cut off from the world, you know? Yeah, okay, maybe it's some mental illness. I'm just okay with that. But I didn't know what was about to happen.
Did you think it was the paranormal at all? Like, have you had like?
No, I was a big skeptic.
You thought it was like a medical kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
I see. But so in your life previous to this, you've never had experience with the paranormal before?
Not really, not that I remember.
Right. So after all of this, you talk to the mom. You're like, hey, your son's kind of acting weird, and she has no idea that this happened or this was going on the whole time.
No, she wasn't home. Then she was at work.
Right.
It was just his father that he was sleeping, and he and his little brother.
But the brother saw.
Yeah.
So it's the brother and you, and it's like a 10-year-old kid and a 14-year-old girl seeing this crazy guy going crazy. So what happens after that? You tell it to the mom. What do you guys do?
Yeah, she takes care of him that night. He just previously woke up from that state and he doesn't believe me when I tell him. Then I show him the notebook and he just, oh yeah, that's my writing. Oh shit, why? And yeah, I go home. It was about 10:30.
Yes.
In the night, and I was kind of angry because my parents started yelling at me, why did I come home so late?
Oh, and yeah, for 14 years old, yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Next day I went to his house again.
Again, okay.
Again. Then I talked to his mother. Mm-hmm. And she told me more that he's writing things like he wrote last night, and that these things is going on for about a year and a half, and he's in a very bad state in that period, and I was, yeah, it's sure a mental illness. I think it's okay. Yeah. He had some low self-esteem. I thought he was about something like a depression, anxiety, but it sure wasn't. Then
yes,
I was all alone. In his bedroom with him. We just were about to watch a movie.
Yeah.
And he just crashed on the floor, face down. He just went limp.
Another one of these nights or something. Again?
Yeah.
You're doing that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there blood this time? At least there wasn't blood, right?
it wasn't blood. I went into panic and ran to his mother. I called her. He came into the room and she was, oh, it's okay. He will get up. He's okay. He's all okay. And no, he isn't. Look at him. He's on the
Yo,
floor.
this family is kind of interesting. Like, you're
So nonchalant.
Yeah, horrible things are happening. They're like, yeah, it's fine. Just keep going with life. He's like bleeding. He's like passing out. He's got like mental like diseases and stuff. They're like, I know it's
Here's Jimmy.
yeah.
And then he opens his eyes like he did last night, and it was in a split second he just grabbed his mother by the throat and started choking her.
What?
Yeah, and his mother told me to go get the holy water from the other room. I went, I got the holy water, I took him off her, and his mother was forcefully giving him holy water to
Hey,
drink.
so just to break you off a bit. So you guys said that you didn't believe that it was like you guys thought it was a mental illness at first.
I thought that it was mental illness, but his mother knew that it wasn't.
Oh, okay, so she knows like because I was wondering why they had holy water just lying around in the house. So she knew it wasn't a mental illness. She knew it was like a paranormal thing that was going on, basically.
Yeah.
She like knew from the start. That's why she was saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's gonna pass," because she knows. Okay, and she had holy water in the other room, and then what happened?
And then he starts screaming.
His own voice, or because like we watch the movies and it's like a totally different person's voice.
He was kind of screaming in a high-pitched tone.
That's creepy. Okay.
Yeah, he was screaming bloody murder around the house, and he tried to break his own neck. And at one point, he just ripped his shirt with his own hands. And I was like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
And his mother was saying prayers. And she told me to grab his feet because he was kicking, and she's trying to give him the holy water, and I was freaking out. And in his room he had a fireplace that was kind of countryside house, and they had a fireplace in every room so they can get warm in the winter. And at one point he tried to shove his feet in the fireplace, and it was fire in there. It was lit, and he was trying so hard. I almost...
Wait, so his feet started to catch fire because he shoved it in the fireplace?
No, he tried to shove them in the fireplace, but
You guys stopped him.
I stopped him.
Okay. Hey, do you mind to just turn off the other screen playing, I think? Because we're hearing it twice.
Oh, okay.
If that's possible, thank you so much. Yeah, I think. Okay, now it's way better. Yeah, way better. Okay, yes, so I just want to go back to the part where he's strangling his own mother. So you just splash the water onto him and then he lets go?
No, I just rid him of his mother.
Yeah.
And she took the holy water from my hand, and she was holding him and trying to pour holy water down his throat, and it was really creepy, and he was screaming, and she was praying to God and saying prayers to angels and Saint Gabriel, and because one of his names was Gabriel, and she told if he's about to pray to Gabriel, he may protect him.
Yes.
And he, I told you, he ripped his shirt, and at one point he calmed down
Yep.
and he started murmuring, but it wasn't a human language, it wasn't no language I could.
So just like like kind of like a.
Yeah, but it was some kind of words, but they weren't human.
Mm.
I sometimes
Don't.
I try to remember them, but I can't. I can't
Mm.
remember how they sound like. It
Yeah.
was really strange, and he just locked eyes on one spot of the room, and he tried to reach the spot of the room with his hand, and his mother started throwing holy water at that place, and I I saw his face. He's about to cry, and he just started screaming again and
Yeah.
kicking, and after some high-pitched screeching from him, he just went all calm and like nothing was happening, and just rose to his feet and went into the other room and tried to shove his hand into the other fireplace.
Wow. Okay.
And his mother took him from there and put him in the bed and told me to get, like, there was a picture of a saint
Mm-hmm.
somewhere on the hallway. She told me to get that, and she placed it somewhere near his heart, and she started blowing to it, and his mother told me he thinks it's burning, and yeah, he started screaming again and blowing to the picture of the saint, and he was again kicking, and again he went limp. And me and his mother were lying next to him. We are already in case he's about to start again, but he woke up. He didn't believe us at first.
So that's when he regained his consciousness. So this whole
Yeah,
ordeal happens. It's crazy. He gets burned by the picture of the saint, and then he suddenly wakes up after everything, and he knows
yeah,
nothing of it.
nothing.
Like even from the things from yesterday when he was bleeding and the glass, he knew nothing of that.
Oh, well, I kind of told him
Mhm.
everything that happened
And yeah.
yesterday, but everything that happened then was like
So
never happened for him.
yeah. So what was the okay? So this whole story. What was the end game? So what happened at the very end? How did you solve this problem, or is still going on?
It's
It's
still
just,
going on.
it's still going on for one
Yeah.
year, and you are still with this person.
No. Somewhere in the summer he broke up with me after
Oh,
9 months.
he broke up with you. He has the decency.
Yeah.
After all of this, he breaks up with you. Wow.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
I
that's
I would I would have broken up with him
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Like
that
But
that's
night.
it's terrible.
there were some creepy parts after that. There was a part when we found blood on the attic of the house, and the blood kept reappearing on his hands, even though there was no cut or injury or something.
This
And
sounds this sounds a lot like the Paranormal Activity movies. But is there like a past thing that happened like with his family history or something like that that could have like do you know, or does the mom know maybe like
no, she didn't tell me anything about this.
there
She just
there there
told me
might
that
be.
he started. he started doing these things a year ago, and yeah, that's
It
it.
may it may not have been just a year ago. Maybe he started that since he was a kid. That's why the mom was so, non-care. Like maybe that's why the brother was like, oh yeah, he's like there's like blood coming out of his mouth again. Oh, that happens all the time. That's been happening for the past 10 years I've been alive. Like it could have been, happening all his life. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And it, mm, it there is one part that's bothering me.
There's a
It
part that's
was
bothering you.
after a month.
Mhm.
Um, I was at his house.
Mhm.
His father was playing on the computer. His brother was doing something in the next room.
Mhm.
His mother was in the kitchen, and because it was a countryside
Mhm.
house, he had a toilet outside the house.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he had to go to the back of the house,
Mhm.
somewhere in the garden, and yeah, that's where he had the toilet, and he just told, yeah, I'm going out to the toilet, okay? I'm coming uh,
Yeah.
fast back, okay? Everything's alright, okay? He just hacked his mother before he went out.
Yeah.
He kissed me. He took his jacket because outside was freezing cold,
Okay.
and he just went. I stayed in the house for about 5 minutes, wondering why it does take that long for him to get back in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, in that freezing cold, they to stay too much, and it was like 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and it was almost raining, and yeah, I just rose from where I stand, and I went outside. And when I opened the back door, I almost kind of passed out because he was hanging from a tree. He was almost hanging
He was
himself.
dangling from a tree. So you go to the back. Your
Yeah,
boyfriend was dangling from. Was it with a rope or just him, like with his hand? Like
his
his
belt.
hand was
His belt.
his belt
Yeah,
on his neck.
yeah. I started screaming. I When there, I rose him so the belt won't choke him, and I screamed for his mother. His mother comes out,
Yeah.
and his father does the same, and they cut the belt and take him inside, and I was freaking out and crying, and
I
I,
honestly,
I,
I
I was
honestly,
really scared.
for sure, yeah. I mean, but I honestly feel like the parents know something. Like if it was my kid that this was happening to, and I mean the first time I would already be pretty concerned. The fact that he was spewing blood and stuff like this, it could potentially kill the guy. They probably do know something. Maybe you don't know, but do you still contact this person even though you guys broke up? Like, are you guys still friends, like, or something like that?
Uh, some kind of friends. I mean, we're in the same high school,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. But he's
they're
not
on
like a
the
weird
same
kid or anything.
hallway.
Yeah, he's not like a weird kid or anything. Like he's like a normal kid, like a 15-year-old guy, right? But it's just that he
Uh,
has these crazy moments.
yeah, and that wasn't the first time I saved him from suicide.
Yeah,
Mm, I was really freaking out.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, so thank you so much for your amazing story today. I actually would really love to hear a follow-up to the story. So if, anything else happens to the guy, you're welcome to come back and share with us
All
this
right.
story. But because there are so many other people in this stream that want to get in with their stories, we're gonna have to go to those people.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. You can stay if you want, or you can.
All right.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
thank you so much, Ro, for your demon possession story. Even though that's not what I expected, I was thinking about more like childhood, but it's a crazy ass story nonetheless. So, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you had a story you wanted to share with.
Yeah, it's not exactly, I wouldn't call it a scary story. It's more of a sad, but it has to do with stalking, I guess.
Right.
So, I was in kindergarten,
Mm-hmm.
and I forget how far into the school year this happened, but whenever I would go out of the kindergarten to meet my mom in the parking lot, which was just right out front,
Yeah.
there was this like teal van that'd always be there, and like a minivan.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we would start driving home, the minivan would follow us, and it would stop in front of our house and then drive off once we got out of the car. And I don't know, we thought it was weird. Didn't do anything about it at first, and so I think like 2 weeks passed. Once again, my memory's foggy. It was back in kindergarten, so
10 years ago.
yeah, it's not exactly precise.
Yeah.
But one eventually, as I was walking out, this woman comes out of the van, and she starts calling me Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts saying, I'm gonna take you home, and I was super confused.
Yeah.
And so my kindergarten teacher comes out, and my mom gets out of her car, and they stop the lady. Cops are called. They all like handcuff her, and I'm freaking out because I thought I was being like stolen, which I probably was going to be.
Yeah.
And so that all settles down. They take the lady away. My kindergarten teacher goes, and my mom takes me home. And the policeman had talked to my mom, and I asked her what that was about. And so she said that the woman had her son went missing like a few months before, and so when she saw me, I reminded her of her child. She thought I was the child.
Yeah.
And so she thought she was going to be able to take me home, and she thought my mom kidnapped me.
How long had this car been following you guys?
It had to have been 2-3 weeks. It wasn't a gigantic period of time, but
So for 2-3 weeks, every day after school, this green car would follow, and your mom would be picking you up. And
yeah.
did you guys talk about it? Like, did she notice or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, I would ask, like, you saw that van too, and yeah. And we didn't really touch base, like, back then because I was young.
Yeah, because you were 5, so I mean,
yeah,
you probably...
We didn't have huge, deep intellectual conversations about it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand stalking and stuff, but, as I got older, it was just, that she was following you, she was going to take you.
That's interesting, because you've been on here, like, so many times. You've been on here, like... I think the amount
Every time but once.
The amount of talking you do on this stream is like close to me, like just the amount of like discussion you bring into this. But you've never shared this story before, which I find pretty interesting.
No,
How you?
I didn't feel it was like appropriate a lot of the time. It just didn't really seem to be brought up, and it doesn't feel like something that should just be brought out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it was almost kidnapped.
But so what happened at the very end? So
my mom decided to not press charges, and the reason why she did that was because we really felt bad for her, because this was a desperate mom trying to look for her child,
right?
And she just made a mistake,
yeah.
And so she decided not to press charges, and I agree with that. So that's just sad.
Yes.
The whole predicament. I don't know if she ended up finding her kid because we moved away like a year after.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But so after this whole thing, what did you guys find out that maybe she had like a mental illness or anything like that, or did she? Like,
I can't say. I don't know.
But you would guess that probably that would be the case for someone.
It seems like the most likely. I don't think a normal functioning human being would automatically assume that that's their kid. Like, maybe she was just desperate and looking for some kind of,
right.
like outlet or lead or something,
yeah.
Closure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't say if she was or wasn't. I never talked to her personally other than those few seconds that she tried to talk to me.
It's actually quite interesting. This is just like a tangent, but you make YouTube videos. I just realized that.
Yeah, I haven't started the channel, but yeah.
Like I'm on your account because I was trying to message you and I saw you
Oh
have
no, that was back when I was in like 5th and 6th grade.
like
Oh,
really old vlogs and
yeah,
that's how you look like because
yeah. Those were such bad videos. Oh my
like hey,
god.
this is your chance to promote your channel
Not this channel, no. I gotta make a new one, man.
because you are making a new horror channel, right?
Yes, yeah.
When's that coming out?
I'm hoping to at the very latest get it out by the end of January.
Oh,
At
awesome.
the very latest. I
Awesome.
don't want it anytime after.
So you said last time that you recorded a bunch of videos beforehand, so you would have like a
Yeah, yeah. I have
inventory.
yeah. I guess that's a good term.
Yeah.
But my arsenal.
Your arse. Yeah. So which ones like true ghost stories you're doing mostly or creepypasta?
I figured I'd start with just narrating creepypastas.
That's
I figure as I grow, if my channel grows, I would more go on to and get stories and stuff.
yeah.
But stories that are often searched up, like the Harbinger experiment and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like those would be the best to get people starting to watch my videos.
Yeah.
That was just my thought process on that.
Yeah. I mean, go for it. Like if you need help or someone to do a collaboration, I'd be totally down for that, man.
And I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem, dude. I mean, thanks for coming every single time. Like, Jesus.
No, I feel welcome, man. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. So we have some other people that may be coming in. Ghoulish Gal's in here. Hey, what's up? Ghoulish Gal with the headphones. Oh, her sound may not be working. So just actually, I wanted to ask this question for Ro.
Yeah.
What time is it in Austria right now? I mean, Romania. Sorry.
3:56 a.m.
So
I think.
3:55.
Gosh.
Wow. In like
That's a
PM, right? We're talking about.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I haven't watched the clock in like half an hour.
But it's like afternoon at the moment.
No. It's in the middle of the night.
Oh, it's like 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Holy shit. What are you doing up so late? Don't you have school? Oh, no, you don't. It's Saturday, right?
No.
Oh, my God.
No, I start high school somewhere on 11th.
Oh, because you're still on break, just like the rest of us. Because our high schools in like Canada and the US, I'm guessing for you too, Matt. You're probably because you probably had school for like a week now, right?
We started this week actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Same with my cousin. He started this week. So okay, so it's totally different in Romania.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we have some interesting stuff today, guys. We have Eden once again joining us, who was here last time, who was talked about a lot about the voiceover business. So did she contact you after that, Matt? Like, did she talk about?
We messaged on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I told her I was interested, and she said I'm getting out audition scripts, and that was the last I heard. So.
Because I actually checked out her site because I messaged her after the stream, and I was like, hey, it's me. Was it real? Because sometimes people come on and then they just like, oh yeah, man, let's do that, and then it doesn't happen. But I asked her if it was real, and she was like, yeah, of course. Like, and then she showed me her site, and it's pretty legit. Like, I really like the format of the site itself.
Yeah, I went on there.
And then I think it's growing, but yeah, definitely. Like, I'd be like totally down for just play a character there or something.
Yeah, same. I just want to get experience,
Same here. Like, cause you can actually put that stuff on your resume and stuff like that. You want to get into this business after, right? So.
Haley.
Yeah.
Hey.
Go to your comment section where people are commenting, and then send a link to Ash. I tried sending it to her, it didn't work. So send it to Ash and send it to Hawk Plays. They both have stories.
But if I do that, then Mike, you're gonna have to host this for the next 5 minutes. I'm kidding. But Mike's just silent. Well, can you tell us experience about filming with me or meeting me or something?
You are a lot taller in person than I thought. When I first met you, you're like a head taller than me, so that was pretty interesting. But I don't know, meeting you in real life is
Was this surreal to you? Like this person you've been listening to for the longest time?
yeah, pretty much. I didn't think it was ever gonna happen. I was like, holy shit, it's horror in flesh, you know. And then when you saw me the first time too, you probably felt the same way.
I didn't.
Like,
I was confused because I didn't know it was you. I met the camera guy first.
yeah, I was not gonna steal it. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, can you turn off the other page or echo if you can?
Can you guys hear me now?
Sorry.
Yeah, we can.
Yes. But for Callie, can you turn off the other screen that's playing the same stream because it's.
Yeah, the live
I
stream.
just did.
Thank you so much.
That's
Not a problem.
That's foolish, go.
Can you guys hear me yet?
Yeah, we can.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So who has a story about childhood boogeyman?
Callie does.
I actually have several.
Oh wow, awesomeness. So you watch my videos?
All the time.
Oh, thank you. So you said a bunch of stories from your childhood. Let's hear the earliest one. Is it like a ghost story or like a stalker story or a...
Well, actually, where was sort of kind of the boogeyman.
Oh, okay.
In a weird sort of sense.
Why would that be?
Because, have you guys ever heard of The Other Side?
Hello from the other side? I must have called
Like
it out.
like Jason like Jason
To tell
Derulo
you.
the other side.
Like
No,
an L or like what's
Yeah, what, like elaborate.
The Other Side being where
Yes.
we go.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, my mom had trouble conceiving and keeping a child. And so she sent an open prayer, which is dangerous in its own sense, because when you do an open prayer outside of your belief system, anyone can answer.
Yes.
Well, she was lucky because when I was looking to be reborn in a sense,
Yes.
I heard her prayer. And
Your spirit heard her prayer.
yeah, if you wish to call it that. I'm what's called a natural born in the witches community, which means that we have a deeper connection on the world.
Okay.
When we remember the world a little bit more. And
Is this talking about maybe the past life we're talking about? Your knowledge from your past life, you bring it onto this life? Because how would you know all of this or remember
we can
something?
retain everything.
All memory?
A good portion of everything, yeah.
What's this? Is this like a special ability or is this like a special kind of... Is it a entity kind of thing or... How would you know this? When was the first time someone told you about this and you found out, oh, okay, I can remember everything I've ever experienced since I was the beginning of the universe, per se? Because this is what I'm getting. Like, this is what you're kind of, telling us is you have this ability to do this, but can
Okay.
you elaborate a bit more on how you find out?
Christians, okay, well that would require going into detail more about...
Please do.
Okay, the three main belief systems being Judaism, Catholics, and Christianity.
Mm-hmm. Through religion, yeah, okay.
Believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam and Eve and all that, how they fell from grace and everything like that. Eden.
Yes.
Well, Eden is man's world, universe,
Yes.
dimension. Well, natural borns are pagans or whatever, are the humanoids, another humanoid's birthplace,
Right.
so to speak. And they share one place
Yes.
and a genoid.
So you are a pagan natural born, is what you're classifying yourself as.
Yes, and I have a deeper understanding of a world.
How did you know about this whole belief, or how did you know you were different from other people? Like let's say this is true. How did you find out? Did someone tell you, hey?
No,
did
I've
you-
always known
Since you were young.
throughout the time. Because the Buddhists believe in reincarnation.
Yeah.
How do they know? They do. You see, I was never meant to be born to my family.
Okay.
I chose out of an act of love. Because I heard her cry and I chose.
Yes. Is there
So,
other people like yourself, or
yeah,
do you guys interact with each other?
yes. Where do you think the whole pagan belief system comes from? It's a way of life, not a religion.
Yeah.
There's a difference there. So, anyway, I ended up healing my mother from the inside out. There was something wrong with her.
Okay.
And because she had carried up to a certain time and they just kept dying.
Hmm.
And, well, I had to have been about 2.
2 years old. Yeah.
When she asks me, why did you come to me? And I drop the act, the innocence, the act of innocence, and I look at her with eyes older than older than a 2-year-old should.
Hmm.
And she goes, and I was like, because you asked. And all of a sudden, and go back to playing. And she's just scared. I thought she was ready at that time.
Right. Is your mom a pagan as well, or is this just you?
No, she's actually, as she calls it, a Messianic Jew.
Oh, okay. So she doesn't. I mean, she didn't know about this. Of how did she suddenly ask you that question? Like if I had a child, I wouldn't ask them.
Because I was never one of those imaginative children. I always needed to have someone there to play with.
Hmm.
So when I'm sitting in a room
Hmm.
talking to somebody and no one's there,
Yeah.
and actually playing with someone, like there's someone actually in the room with me.
There's
there had to
actually
be
like
there
a
had to
spirit, like a ghost.
more than one. I described to her as I had Michael the Archangel,
Hmm.
David a dark entity, a playful dark entity,
Hmm.
and 2 female ghosts.
Hmm.
One from the medieval ages, and who was Marianne, and Samantha, who was 1800 school
Bunch of ghosts.
school
A bunch
teachers.
of ghosts. I'm actually quite interested. Sorry if I break your train of thought, but I'm quite interested in yours talking about this newborn idea. So let's
Nature born.
Sorry, I apologize. So you're saying that before you were born into this world, you heard your mom crying that she wanted someone, and you felt sorry, and you went to her. But in that state, where were you physically? Like, did you have a physical body, or were you just like an entity of thought, or
Well,
what were you before that?
people, we are both actually, people are two forms: the physical, which is the body,
Uh-huh.
and energy,
Uh-huh.
which is the thought, us, what makes us us,
Uh-huh.
the individual. The
Mhm.
body will go to the earth, and the energy source that powers the body
Yeah.
will go to,
Like a spirit, kind of.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, haven't you ever noticed that when scientists actually lose a part of, well, weigh a body before it dies, and then weigh a body after it dies, it actually
I've heard that. Yeah.
will actually lose.
Well, some say it's because the body releases its tension and the muscles release, so all the liquids come out of the body. But some people say that like they physically get lighter because the spirit lifts from the body, and that is the extra weight.
No, they've actually proven that wrong, because it's an exact amount. That's not that has nothing to do with water or waste.
It's always that exact amount that leaves the body. So that's the spirit weight, if you will, kind of thing.
The energy source, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you were while you heard your mom in this life call you, basically, is the story.
Yeah, because honestly, think about it. We have across cultures, people stating that they can call people throughout, call, and people will answer. I mean, why is that a consistency?
In every religion, yeah, that is true.
And every culture. And now I got a question for you. Why is it that parents tell us that monsters are not, that we grow up, that parents tell us that monsters are not real growing up? Well, the thing is that people
condition you into society, maybe.
No, because this actually leads into my next story.
Okay.
That because I'm actually very sensitive, and this leads. I have what's considered narcolepsy, which is a sleeping disorder.
Yes.
And you know about sleep paralysis.
I know a lot of I've made like 7 videos on that, but yeah, I know a bit about that.
So I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to open this up with this opening with that. I have what's considered narcolepsy, which is a sleeping disorder.
Sorry. Thank you. Keep going.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And narcolepsy is a sleeping disorder, by the way. Why is it that parents tell us that monsters are not real growing up?
Well, in my opinion, is that they condition you to the society that that monsters don't exist and stuff like that, or they use that as a way of scaring their kids into doing stuff they want them to do.
Well, growing up, we can all see monsters as children.
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually just talked about that. I never really had any experience. Maybe I did, but I really honestly do not remember them.
Well,
I guess I'm like the opposite of you, because you remember everything. I don't remember anything from my childhood.
With the premise of the fact that we can all see monsters growing up, it would only make sense that they can also see us. So as a cultural, as a race survival technique,
Hmm.
we would teach our children that they do not exist to protect our way to survive
Yes.
from the creatures that hunt us
Okay.
as prey. Because if we can no longer see them, they can no longer see us. But those who are sensitive
You can see
to
them,
them,
they can see you, eye to eye.
correct.
That's
Now,
what you are.
that comes into play with the sleep paralysis on why everyone sees the same creatures, the same entities over and over again,
Hmm.
the same consistencies, the shadow people,
Hmm.
the man in the hat.
Yes.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt you, Haley, but people in the chat are getting really restless. They're confused. They're like hawking on me as to like
Yeah.
when the actual story is gonna be told. So
It's
Yeah,
coming. It's coming right
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, because everyone's just hawking on me saying they're confused as
Sorry.
fuck and just.
Yeah, I mean,
It's-
just
So-
try to make it a bit faster, but we'll give you, I guess, 5 more minutes to tell your story, and then we'll have to go to somebody else.
I'm sorry. I told you I had too many to tell.
No. Just pick the one just try to detail it, flesh it out, what you think is the most important facts that we should know about. But yeah, just keep going. Don't worry about the chat. You know, I can work. We can worry about that. You just tell your story.
And this one's actually the most frightening of them all.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, that's what we want to hear. Just tell. Yeah, continue.
And monsters normally don't scare me, and this one frightened me the most for a long time.
So you experienced sleep paralysis. You've seen those monsters, the straw hat, the shadow people, those people.
The shadow people the most.
Yeah, you've seen those people the most. So what's your most scariest? Was it a sleep paralysis experience that was your scariest experience?
Yes, sleep paralysis when I was
When
a
was
child.
it? When was it? So when you were a child, when was it? What happened?
Well, I would have had to have been about 8.
Hmm.
I had bunk beds, so I was awake for it. I had woken up and I was paralyzed.
Yes.
And, well, narcolepsy does put you in a sleep haze phase, so you are awake.
Yes. Half
And-
of like yeah, you are but can't move, can't talk, can't whimper.
Well, you can scream.
You can scream. Really? Okay.
And I had a closet door that would not stay shut.
Hmm.
And it pushed its way open, and that's where the shadow man came from.
So was he just like a black shape form of a shadow man, or did he have, I'm guessing, no features, right?
It was like somebody had taken somebody's shadow and completely ripped it off. And there were more than one of them.
Hmm.
And they followed right out of there, and had surrounded my bed, and the room got ice cold, and they were watching me.
Hmm.
And it was like they wanted to take me in. And scary part was I had the dream I had woken out of was I was wandering through a house that was not mine, but was mine. And I was being led to a playroom, and I did not want to go in there. And I wake up to that closet door that I known I'd shut, and I wake up to that army, and I screamed and screamed and screamed.
So this was a dream, right? This when you were actually moving throughout this house that was yours but was not yours.
Yeah, that was the dream, and I woke up to it, and when I woke up to being completely paralyzed to it, and I experienced the shadow people, and it's And then after that, I was completely haunted by the shadows for a long time. And scary thing is, I still experience them, and to this day, where they're haunting me from the outside of my window every freaking night.
These shadow people are outside your window every single night?
Yeah, I call them the Night Stalkers.
Why do you think this happens to you? Why do you think this happens to you?
Because I know of the other side, and the fact that I have a foot, one foot in this realm and 1 foot in the other. They're attracted to power.
And these guys are malicious, in your opinion?
Some of them are, some of them are not.
Or just curious? Could be.
Some are, some aren't.
The ones at your window are probably like, hey, what's up in there?
The one out of my window is not curious.
It's a bad one.
There are light and dark in this world, and that one has had its share of human souls. Yeah.
It's taken human souls?
It was a reaper that was discommunicated.
What does that mean? Was it laid off? A laid off reaper?
Stripped of its duties. It went rogue. And let's just say you don't want a reaper that goes rogue.
A rogue reaper that stripped of its abilities, so it doesn't reap souls anymore, but it terrorizes people?
It terrorizes witches.
Okay. Okay, well, yes.
Anyone who can stand in its way, pretty much.
Okay, well, thank you, Callie, for your stories, because we got about a bunch of other people willing to share their stories, but, yeah, thank you for your stories. You can actually stay with us or something, and,
All right.
once you get, yeah, thank you so much, because we just got a bunch of other people that, want to share as well. I think, should we go with Hawk, maybe? Because he's been...
Yeah, Hawk has a story, Ash has a story, Marco has a story. Like, I got a metric book ton of people.
Awesome. So Hawk, the kangaroo Hawk.
Oh gosh. Hi guys.
Hey. Hey, what's up? How old are you, Hawk?
I am 16.
You're young again. 16. So you watch my videos?
Yes. Fairly often.
Awesome. So what is your story?
Well, we have to deal with the actual topic at hand. It has to do with possessions, both on my uncle and my mom.
Oh, okay. Or it could be a childhood horror story, but choose the one you want to say.
Well, I am a child.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
comparatively, But yeah, for sure, go with your possession story. Those are.
I am gonna have some help with my sister.
Oh, oh yeah, for real. You guys can act it out.
Well, it was around 2014, New Year's. We always go to Mexico to celebrate with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And about, I would say, 10 years ago, my uncle was, passed away. And during New Year's, usually take over.
Our whole family gets together in Mexico to be around my grandma because since she has I don't know, maybe 10 kids because Mexican families.
Yep, so you are the sister, right? Okay.
Yeah, we went over and it just happened out of nowhere. We were celebrating and my mom collapsed and she, her eyes were, I don't know, going back and forth and she just wouldn't come to.
Right.
And out of nowhere, she just started talking, and she started talking to my grandma, and it was my uncle that was kind of using her, I guess, as a way to communicate with my grandmother.
So your uncle has this ability to use people to communicate with it. How did he use your mom to do that?
Well, he's deceased. He passed away. So he was like possessing my mom. So she
Okay, so the uncle possessing the mom to talk to the grandmother.
yes. And it was like really freaky at first because like it was the same mannerisms that my uncle had, and like I was skeptical at first, but like he would talk to my grandma about stuff that my mom didn't know about because we came over here when like maybe 18 years ago, so there was no way my mom would know like of this stuff. And after that happened, she came to and she was just like, what happened? She just lost the time. And like it's happened before, like here at home. It's usually like a spirit of a 4-year-old girl. And like now we're kind of used to it, which is it's scary, but at the same time, it's like when it's the little girl, it's not as bad.
So going back to the possession, when your uncle possessed your mom, did the voice change? Did she become stronger? Did her face get distorted? Did stuff like that happen?
No, that's just kind of like movie stuff. What happens is she just has her eyes closed.
Right.
And like if you try to open them, they're rolled all the way back.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it.
All white, white, basically, for the eyes.
Yes.
And usually my mom does. Well, my mom does not smoke nor drink, but usually when she does get possessed, she becomes a heavy drinker, and she does always ask for a cigarette.
Does this happen often, this possession? I mean, you guys make it sound like it's like a weekly, like the live stream, like it happens every 2 weeks or something.
No, it's happened like it used to happen frequently, and then it just stopped. I don't think she has had that happen anymore. But yeah, it happened so many times that we kind of like got used to it, and we know what to do. Like he'll always ask for something, or the person that does it always asks for something that they like. Like the little girl asks for candy, and as soon as she gets candy and her glass of water, she'll be on her way. And
how does your mom feel about this?
She doesn't believe us.
She's like, no. She's like,
yeah. I recorded her one time. I think it was like a couple of years ago. I recorded her and I showed her so she would believe me. Like what she just didn't. I don't know. She was like, she just didn't know what to say about it.
I was just sleepwalking.
Yeah, I guess that's what she thought, but it was weird because she doesn't remember anything. It's like she loses time, and she'll just come to like nothing happened.
But most of the spirits that do possess your mom are for, it's not malicious or anything. Like they're not trying to harm you guys. It's just they want something, and it's kind of like a way to get there kind of thing. She's like the translator.
Yeah, kind of. There's only been once where there was a spirit it was just an angry spirit. I'm not sure whose it was, but it was just angry, and that one was the scariest one because we didn't know how to deal with him.
And you didn't know the spirit at all, kind of thing.
No, it wouldn't say who it was.
Okay, so thank you guys. We're going to have to move on to somebody else unless you guys have a quick story or...
No, we're done. We don't want to hold up your time.
Thank you so much. You guys are welcome to listen, or you guys can, I don't know, not listen.
So
all right,
somebody
we're
can
going to
join.
stay in this stream.
Thank you so much for staying. So do we have other people that...
Yeah, I have a list full of people. Okay, so for the people in the stream, I'm not trying to be rude, but since you guys are done your stories, if you guys can please leave so I can invite other people to join, because there is a maximum
12
in the chat. Yeah.
But Mike is the admin.
Co-host admin.
Okay,
Mike.
so Ghoulish Gal has one, and then I have like another list full of people.
Awesome. Thank you, Ghoulish Gal. You can go for it.
All right, you can hear me now? We're
Yes.
good?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, we can.
All right.
Thank you, Hawk, for saving us space. They just left the stream, but thank you. Go for it, sorry.
Okay, well, adding to what Hawk said, when you're possessed, you don't remember anything. It's just kind of like you lost a slot of time. And my spirit guide has, not often, but on occasion, possessed me. And it was nothing like bad. It was just kind of like weird, silly stuff. Like, I don't remember what happens.
Yes.
But like my husband remembers what happens. And it's really weird. Like the one time I like threw like DVDs at him or something.
Okay.
It's like I just do like weird stuff, and I don't remember unless someone tells me, because like Hawk said, you just don't remember, and it's like nothing happened.
Right, and you kind of don't believe them and stuff, right? You're just
Yeah, it's like what? But then my spirit guide's like, yeah, okay.
Because I think Ro was talking about that too, with like the first person that told the story about her boyfriend,
Yeah.
like her 14-year-old boyfriend who was like, but that was a crazy story. He was like putting his hand in a fire pit and stuff like that. So I mean, that's something else right
Yeah,
there.
that wasn't a good.
That was
thing.
definitely not good.
Yeah, no, mine so far has not been like bad.
Hasn't done anything crazy to
Yeah,
you.
it's only been like playful and.
But why would he want to possess you? Just to play a joke? Like he's bored. He's got like infinite amount of time. He's got nothing better to do. He just possesses people for fun.
I think it's like when, well, at the time he was my boyfriend, so like when he does something that my spirit guide didn't like, he'd like let him know. You know what I mean?
What would that be? Just curious. Like what would that be?
I don't know. Like maybe mouthing off or like saying something rude.
Oh, so he kind of like stands up for you. So he's
Yeah,
kinda,
it's kind of.
it's like Mr. Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing. You just turn into like this badass.
Pretty much.
It's crazy.
What else? I want to say, like, if you're sensitive, it's not really possession, but some of the people in the stream were actually talking about how, like, they're sensitive to that kind of stuff. But when you're sensitive, you don't get possessed, but you can kind of feel what the spirits are feeling.
Yeah.
So you can, like, if they're, like, really, really angry, you can get really, really, really angry, too. And you won't know why. So it's not really possession, but it's kind of like it, because it's not really your feelings, it's someone else's.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's happened to other people, like random rage or sadness or just that kind of thing. It's really weird. 'Cause especially like for mediums, I don't know, with Mike, he says he's sensitive too. Sometimes you don't know what emotions are your own emotions.
Yeah, I actually, like, because I'm not Mike, but I mean, like, I was with Mike when we went out to scavenge, like, look around for spirits and stuff, and he said, like, he felt some emotions, like anger, anxiety, like that kind of dark emotion, especially when we were on, allegedly places where people were, like, murdered or, like, car accidents happened and stuff like that. And it was actually quite interesting, too, when we actually went there. It's actually, I have a story to say. Mike, I'm not sure if I sent you the link.
You did send me it, and I did read it, yeah.
It's pretty crazy. The place we went to film, because it was Kirby Road that we went to film, there was this one part, like there was a main story about, this guy who killed his daughter, and he was like a KKK member, and it was because his daughter had a black boyfriend. But that was the main, like, core of the story that we were documenting. But we went by, and we actually went by these kind of like offerings, if you will, right? Like by the road, but they weren't part of that story, like the KKK story. But we still sort of took a look at it, and I found out because I was talking to my cousin actually, and he told me, he was like, "Hey, that seems like a really familiar thing." So he shows me on Google News what the thing was. It was actually like a real life current lawsuit case that's going on for an accident that happened there on that very road. And we basically filmed that, and Mike said that at that spot he felt an entity there as well, which may have been one of the people that had died in that car accident, this really recent car accident.
Well, the thing is, to not interrupt Haley, but when we went to Kirby Road, there were 3 girls there, and I saw one of them, but prior to that I had no knowledge that, what they looked like or whatever they were that died there. And then when I explained it to them, it was, in fact, one of the girls did look like one of the girls that did pass away. So I found that pretty interesting because I had no prior knowledge up to that point.
Yeah, that's insane though. But the thing is, I probably won't release that portion of the story because it's kind of like a current thing that's going on. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. I just had to share that, to be honest. Like, because I found the news article, and the picture was that very spot where we had filmed everything. So I mean, it's crazy. I'm not going to release that in case, because
Just for respect, and then respect, and
I kind of don't want to be sued, you know. But anyways,
Yeah.
that too. Because so we have someone new that has
Yeah,
Ash.
Ash.
Ash, hey,
Hey,
hey, how old are you, Ash? Can you just stop?
I wouldn't like to share that information, but is it alright?
Can you please? You're using a mobile phone right now, probably.
Should I? Yeah, I am.
Do you think you'll be able to switch to a laptop or a computer or something like that? Because it's
Um,
going to get kind of weird. Yeah, and try to turn the video off. Just put in the audio instead. So we just need to listen to your voice.
I don't have a laptop or computer at the moment.
Okay, because it sounds kind of rough. Is there like a place with less wind, maybe, or you can get closer to the microphone?
Oh,
Like
I'm
in
outside. Is it okay?
is this the best you have?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's.
Because it is kind of rough. Is there like a more quiet place you can? Because you probably have a story to tell, and then it's just gonna get long.
Yeah.
Because you still have your video on, actually. We can, yeah.
Oh my God, you guys can see me?
No, we can just see a darkness, but
It's a black screen, but you're on the phone, so I don't know how to turn it off. But if you're via the website, there's a like little webcam thing on top. You can just click, and then it will turn off the.
I'm 90% sure she's on her phone.
Yeah, that's probably why.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, please try to do that.
I don't. I can't find it.
Okay, but if this is the best you have, you can share your story if it's short.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. I'll just share it right now. So, when I was a little more younger age,
Yeah. Yep.
I-
Okay, Ash. Sorry. Like I don't want to cut you off, but we really can't hear you. Is there a better source you can come back to us with? Maybe sign out and then just come back. We'll just talk to some other people first, and then we'll talk to you for sure. Okay? Because we really can't hear you. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Try to find a computer if possible. Okay, so we have two other people. We have Kyle that's in here. Hey, Kyle. So you have a story to tell? You muted your. He's got Deadpool. Must be. Hey, and then Hey, Kyle. Hi.
Your
Hey.
friend Skylar's back.
Yeah, he's always. Yeah.
All right.
I told him to come. Hey, so Kyle. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, man. So you watch my videos.
Yeah.
How old are you?
15.
15. Man, this is like, holy shit, the teen group right here. We got like, it was like 16, 15, 14. So you have a story to tell from your childhood, which was like last year probably?
No. Kind of like first grade and
First grade?
seventh.
Is this scary?
Not really. It's just kind of like weird.
Then I don't want to listen to it then. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Keep going. Yeah. That was. So
So
what?
like, in first grade, we lived in a really old house,
Mhm.
and it was just kind of like weird, cause like the basement was like a latch door where you have to like pull it up and like latch it or it'll fall on you.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then the basement was just like really run down and not really well kept up.
Mhm.
And one day, me and my brother were watching like ghost investigation things
Right.
on TV, and so we thought it'd be kind of funny to put a recorder in the basement.
Mhm.
And so me and him went upstairs and like left the room for like 20 minutes,
Mhm.
and then like after that we went back down and grabbed it, and like we heard like murmuring, but it could have very well been us because we were kids and so we weren't very good at being quiet.
Mhm.
But it was just kind of weird. And
So
then
you guys
like
used
a couple years.
Yeah. Sorry. So you guys used the
Oh
video
no, go ahead.
recorder to record the show while it was playing on TV?
No. We
How'd you
turned
guys
off the
record it?
TV because we had this MP3 player that recorded stuff.
Oh, so you guys, it's not the TV show you guys were recording. You guys were just recording sounds in your basement, basically.
Yeah, we put it in the basement and like shut the door and went upstairs.
Because you guys were trying to find paranormal stuff, looking for it.
Yeah, we saw it on TV and we thought, well, why not?
I can do it, probably, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
That pisses me off. Sorry, that just pisses me off because me and Mike went doing this and it did not happen as well for us. I wish it did, but anyways.
Like I said, it could have been us because we were kids at the time. We were just not the best at being quiet.
And then what happened?
And nothing else really happened.
Mhm.
But the next like couple stories were like this, like in my newish house.
Okay, so a different house, not this one, like a new haunted house. You guys just keep
Yeah.
living in haunted houses. Okay. What
And
happened?
so I went to the bathroom because our basement is kind of, again, a basement. It was it's kind of has this weird feeling like you're always being watched.
Mm-hmm.
And the bathroom's even more creepy because there's a storage room connected right to it, and all there is a curtain blocking the door to the storage room. And so you always feel like you're getting watched from there, in the bathroom at least. And so I was using the bathroom, and got this really weird feeling that something was behind me.
Okay.
And I was kind of too scared to look behind me.
Okay.
And then so I was trying to finish fast, and then I felt a tug on the back of my shirt.
Holy God. Yeah, like the bathrooms are always creepy, but yeah. And then?
Yeah. And so then I kind of just rushed out of there.
Yeah.
When I finished because I was just kind of freaked out. And then nothing else happened there. And then in 6th grade, me and my friends on Halloween, we were just relaxing in the living room because my parents went out on a date. And so me and them were just watching like normal TV shows like Impractical Jokers and stuff. So we were just like having a good time.
Yeah.
And then my dogs in the back were being really loud, so I decided to let them out.
Yeah.
And I saw my dog playing with what I thought was my husky at the time. And so I let my dog out first, like my small one. And because they were being rowdy and we didn't want them to break anything. So I let the small one out first, and then I went back to get the other one out, and there was nothing there. And so, like, I walked back into the living room. I said, did I let my other dog out? And my friend said no. And so I was, like, really kind of freaked out then because I saw another dog with my dog playing with it.
So you're saying this is like ghost dog kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so, at least.
Wow. That's rare. But
Yeah, I was like...
been like a dog that, came onto your property, like a wild dog.
It was in my house, though, like in the back room.
Oh, it was inside.
Yeah.
And then it just disappeared. This tiny dog that you saw. So what's the scariest thing that's happened to you? Like that's like the scariest thing that it's like your first ghost story that you tell people. What would that be? If you have one like
on
that?
that same night.
Yeah.
We went downstairs after that because we wanted to play games.
Mm-hmm.
And as we go downstairs, I look to my left, and there's kind of this other room there.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw like a shadow standing there,
just
kind of like staring at us.
Right.
And yeah, and then like as soon as I saw it, I kind of like looked away because it was kind of like those things where you like see it and then like look away and then like look back. It's like you weren't sure if you saw it.
Yeah, you kind of like, oh man, why did I see that?
Yeah. And then when I looked back, it was gone, and my friends thought I was crazy for the rest of the time.
And that was the only time you ever saw something paranormal, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Was the shadow?
Yeah.
And did you like get any chills or feel like a malicious from it or anything like that?
The chills definitely, but nothing else really.
Nothing else. But you still live in that house at this moment as you're telling the story, right?
Yeah, in my room in the basement.
Oh, you're also in that same room that happened.
Yeah.
Oh wow, crazy stuff. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming, man. You can stay if you want to, but we just have like 20 other people that we have to go to. Thanks for sharing your story, by the way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we have Ryan Bot that I got in here. We have FaZe that I got.
Let's talk to FaZe because he was in here first.
Yeah, no.
Guys, I think I'm gonna leave because it's like 4 in the
It's really late for you, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for stopping by and sharing the story.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you have to
So
go sleep
should
now.
I proceed with the story? Because I'm really nervous. Like,
Yeah, man.
wow, I'm really there. Okay. Well, bye.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Hey, come next time if
Yeah.
your boyfriend does anything crazy again.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so Phase Man.
Hi man. Can I just tell you one thing? I love your videos.
Thank
It
you.
was getting me pretty scared. I
So
love that.
how old are you, Phase?
I'm 15.
You're 15, another 15-year-old. So you watch my videos, and what is your story?
Well, let's see. I live in Houston. I'm just gonna say that. And
Okay.
the part I live, there's not lots of airsoft
Mm-hmm.
places. So me and my friends, we were like, I don't know, 11, maybe 10,
Yes.
and we didn't have very good guns. So we were just play with ourselves.
Yes.
So we went to the forest, right?
Yes.
Next thing you notice, we see a bit abandoned cabin
Mm-hmm.
with traps and stuff, real creepy stuff like skulls hanging out of it.
That's crazy. Where was it? Just like in the
Blood.
forest?
I got real scared, man. So we started investigating, right?
Yeah. Sounds like a
Yeah.
let's not meet story instead.
Yeah.
And then?
We start hearing shouting,
Okay.
and so we get scared.
Yes.
And so next thing you know, there's this guy coming at us with a shotgun.
What?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He had some.
What? No way.
He had some chopper. I'm not kidding, man.
And then?
And then we started running.
Well, yeah. Fucking
I started running, and my friend actually shot him a few times with the airsoft to scare him off.
But then he had a real ass shotgun. You guys had airsoft.
Yeah. He thought it was real, and so he stopped in his tracks. Then he saw the orange chips, and so he started coming at us. And so then we ran back to my house,
Uh-huh.
and for the few he followed us
This guy with a
with a
shotgun.
shotgun. Yes.
Was he like those hermit looking types, or like how did he look like?
They look like
Like a Wolverine or something before?
he was like a hillbilly pretty much. Just think of a regular hillbilly,
Yeah.
but more civilized, not yelling curses. He
Mhm.
just chased us and started yelling at us.
Mhm.
But then when we got out of the forest, he started chasing us.
Mhm. And then?
And my house is in the edge of the forest.
Yeah. Okay.
And so he saw us go inside,
Mhm.
and for the first few weeks, he started stalking us.
Wait. So he follows you back to your house, and then he starts to stalk you? Did you call the cops?
At first we didn't notice the first few weeks, and then my friend pointed it out to me like, "Hey man, that guy's stalking you." I'm like, "For real? Why didn't you tell me?" It's like, "Nah, man, I'm too scared."
Wait.
And so then we call the cops.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Should have
they
done
go
that
to the
like the
house,
first
right?
night, but yeah. Okay.
And then he's gone. He's not there no more.
So the cops go back to that abandoned house you guys found, and he's not inside anymore.
No.
But the house is still there with all the skulls and all that crazy shit.
He took everything.
So it's just like an empty friggin' house now, like
Yeah,
abandoned.
and then the cops, the police, they got really angry at us because they thought we were prank calling.
Because you guys were like 15 or something.
Yeah, no, we were 10 and 11. 10 and 11, I don't
10,
remember.
11 years old, and okay.
So that we just call him there, and so they tracked us, and we didn't have any proof, so they give us a warning and let us go. That's the
Okay.
last time I saw the guy.
So this is not a ghost story then. This is just like a traumatic childhood event, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it scared me a lot, man.
This is fucking scary. Like this is scary. Did you write this on Reddit?
What?
It should be on Reddit. This should be on Reddit. You should put this on Reddit.
No, man. I don't want him just in case,
Like he comes back to your house, but you still live at that house, right?
No, we moved.
You guys moved.
Yeah, I told my mom and dad, and when the police came, and so we moved.
Did they actually believe you? Your parents like this sound like I'm not saying I don't believe you, but it's really far fetched. A guy with a
So,
shotgun, a 10-year-old
I,
kid, you know? It's
yeah,
insane.
well, I don't lie as much as a, well, I started lying, but back then I was a pretty good kid, you know.
Like now you will lie, but
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you wouldn't lie
No,
back in the day. Like
I
this
was a
changed your
pretty good
life,
kid.
made you lie.
Yeah, yeah, no, you know.
So this was the scariest thing. Yo, thank you for sharing. It's really creepy. Like I got scared here more than the ghost stories. But thank you for coming, dude. So we're gonna have to talk to other people, man. But you can stay. If
Yeah, I'll just mute my mic.
Yeah, man. For sure, for sure. Thank you for sharing. It
Yeah,
sounds
you're welcome.
crazy. So we have Skylar here, man. Hey, man.
He muted right when you said that. Fucking troll.
I just wanted to fucking say hi, like, cause you're here. Yep.
I wasn't sure if I was muted or not.
No. Okay. Hey, man. Thanks for coming. How was your
Yeah,
day?
no problem. It was pretty good. It was
What you guys
long.
do?
We went out for food pretty early on. We did some like Japanese hot plate place.
Yeah.
We went to P Mall, shopped around for a bit, and then we went back and tried out Kaka sushi.
SP Mall.
E-mall. Yeah, Mike knows about P-mall. He fucking lives here. Fucking lives
Well,
Yo, dude, this guy actually met Mike, right? The guy that's right there. And I fucking drove him back to his house.
he basically drove me from Saga to Etobicoke to like T-Dot, back to Saga, back to Etobicoke, back to T-Dot. Like what?
I don't know your area, but that sounds long.
That
It
sounds
is really long.
far.
That's all over the city.
Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. So do you know the topic of the day or?
No, it seems like you're having everyone share the stories.
Yeah, cause
Yeah,
yo,
I
dude,
wrote the order down. Sorry to interrupt you, Haley, but it's Ryan, it's Hamza, it's Alejandro, and then it's Ash. She switched to an iPad, so it might be better reception now. I don't know.
so I'm guessing Skylar does not have a story though.
I don't have one on me. I can try and think of one, but
Yeah, you can try to think of one. Mute your mic though.
alright.
Just kidding. But yeah, now so Ryan's next.
Yeah, Ryan's next.
So Ryan can come on now. Hey Ryan.
He said his computer's having some lag issues, so I don't know if he'll.
I have another 4 people coming in case, but I'm not sure if they're gonna join. Is the thing.
Yeah, man, you gotta like are these people from the chat?
Eden just messaged me. She wants to join. So...
I hope this is working. Is it working?
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Hey man, what's up?
All right.
So you have a story.
I got this for Christmas, and it's not that great. Yeah. So my story is like when I was younger, about like 5 or 8 years old. Like it did like one time it happened recently, but it rarely happens then. But yeah. The first time it happened when I was 5, I got up and I would run around because my hands would feel like crumbs like all over.
So this was like
I don't know how to describe the feeling. It's just very, very not a pleasant feeling.
Ryan. Before you continue, do you have a TV playing in the back?
Yeah, I have to turn it off. One second.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so Haley, just a heads up, I have Eden. Okay, she's right here. Hi, Eden. Big fan. And then I have another 2 people coming in.
Yeah, there's a Alexander. There's a bunch of. So yeah, Ryan, keep going. And that so this was like a sleep paralysis episode that was happening to you then, right? I guess your hands were numb, all that kind of stuff.
Guys, I'm talking to people.
Hello.
Trying to get this. Is it unmuted?
No, you're not. You're here.
You're not.
Continue. Please continue.
All right. So I couldn't describe the feeling, but it wasn't a pleasant feeling.
Mhm.
My mother and father were like scared out of their mind. They were planning to call the doctors or 911. Usually I would calm down after like an hour, which is a long time.
So
it only feels like 30 minutes for me.
So what's this feeling like? Your hands are numb?
Yeah, they feel numb, but for some reason I'm like jumpy and stuff and energetic.
Your hands are numb, but are you conscious through this whole experience? Like, is it like, do you know you're doing this to yourself?
Kind of. But I don't know how to It's really hard to remember some of the points of this.
Because
Like,
if
it
you're saying,
happens, like,
because I thought it was like a sleep paralysis story until you said you were jumping as well. So you're
yeah, I was jumping, I was running around the house, like being like very scared and stuff, like from nothing. I don't know why I was like scared of nothing. It's
Just a fear.
weird. Like the feeling and stuff. I have no idea why it happens.
So this happens to you, and then your parents, did they take you to the hospital? What's the end game?
No.
What's
They like get very scared when it happens. Like it happened about 5 times. Since I was like around 5. And the most recent one was when I was 12. I was on my mom and dad's bed, like lying down. It was in the morning because I woke up and it was around 12 o'clock p.m. and I started like running around downstairs, and my mom and dad were telling me to like calm down, I'm gonna call the hospital. And then they handed me a cloth to hold in my hands. I don't know why. But yeah.
Because this sounds like a night terror episode. Like, it sounds like one of those, so it could be that. You can tell your parents to really take you to the hospital to check out on that, because that's...
Yeah.
So
they said that like the most recent one.
Yeah,
but
for
the
sure.
other episodes, like, they would like hold me down.
Yeah.
Like, because in like on the couch, in the living room, they would hold me down. Like I was like shaking.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was the scariest thing that's happened to you?
Yeah, basically.
This sounds crazy. Yeah, thanks for actually you did my banner, I think, right? You did my banner for me? Yeah, thank you for that. I'm still using that one, but I added some text on it if you didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I upload videos and stuff. But yeah, man, I remember you doing my banner for me, and I really want to thank you for that.
Yeah, I forgot about that message that you sent me.
Oh, no.
I replied it like a few minutes ago.
Oh, did you? Thank you. Yeah, because I was like, hey, man, if you want, you can do me like a second one, just like add the time. But yeah, man, if you have time, that'd be awesome, you know?
I do.
You do? All right, when you're not having those night terrors.
I have 2 laptops in front of me, so.
All right, thank you so much, dude. Hey, we have other people we have to get to, man, but...
All right.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but Ryan, if you can please leave the hangout, because I have like 3 other people ready. I'm sorry to do this.
Yo, Mike is...
Haley, you should pay me for this.
You're managing the lobby.
Yeah, you are, dude. Okay, so who's next? I have no idea anymore, man. I have no idea.
Okay, I know. After Ryan, it's Hamza, and then it's Alejandro, and then it's Ash, and then it's Eden, and then I have Caitlin coming in. So Caitlin would be the last.
You have like a book in front of you, and you're like writing their names.
I do have a notebook, dude. I'm taking this seriously. I have a notebook. I wrote their names. I wrote the order. Like, I got this stuff on lock.
Dude, Mike is professional, man.
Is it Hamza?
Yeah, Hamza. Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for dropping by. Big fan, Eden. Big fan.
No.
I think I muted Hamza. Did I mute you?
I think you did mute Hamza. Yeah, he's permanently muted.
I think you muted him.
No. Actually, did I? I think I did actually.
I think because I can't unmute him. He's like muted right now. But Hamza, man, if you can turn off your video, please, and just keep the sound on, because then it gets kind of like it creates a lot of like background noise if you have your video on. So please, if you can. He doesn't seem like he's able to talk. Who is after him?
Hamza, and then it's Alejandro, Ash, Eden, Caitlin when she joins.
Can we go to Alejandro first? Maybe? Hey.
Alejandro, are you there? Please tell me you're there. Okay,
yeah. I'm here, guys.
Perfect.
Just I want to clear something out. You can call me Al because the complete name is just below me. So,
all right.
Yeah.
It's fine. All right, sure.
Oh, yeah.
What's your age, Al?
I'm 16 actually. I
16.
turned 16 last year.
Gosh.
All right. Where do you live?
Well, I live like in Middle America, like not like between the bunch of countries below Mexico and just up Canada. No, wait, what am I talking about? Just that part where
Okay.
just
So
like the bridge between South and North America.
wow. So what time is it there for you right now? What's the time zone?
It's just 8 p.m. Not such a big deal.
Okay, so we are so like 2 hours maybe. So you said you have a story as well. Is it a
Yeah.
childhood story or like a
Yeah, it was like 3 years ago.
right?
It was pretty creepy, and I just get the chills still today because it was just so shocking of how the experience was,
Mhm.
and I didn't even expect it. Okay, so I'm gonna start now.
Yeah, man, go for it.
I had never like had a superpower abilities. I just had a normal life since actually now. I haven't had so much encounter with paranormal shit.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. Sorry, police. Actually, my life has been pretty normal, but there was this time, like I'm a pretty big fan of Zelda, right? Like this game, I grew up with it.
Mhm.
I'm just it's one of my best of the best video games I've ever played.
Right.
It's not 100%. So this video game was coming out, right? And I just bought it, bought it, and I started playing it.
Yeah.
I played a lot of it. Then it was this part when I had no clue how to go on. So I was just frustrated because I didn't want to go look into the internet. I didn't want to like cheat or something.
Right.
So I just call it a day.
Called it a day.
It was just like this door. Then okay, it was just like you have to. It was a four pattern, like north, west, east, and south, and you have to hit in a correct order to open
one
the
of
door,
those,
right?
A B A B B B A kind of thing. Up down 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 left right.
Yeah, up.
Codes. But anyways, yeah.
I had no clue how to advance, so I just.
So you stopped.
Yeah, I stopped. I shut down the Wii, and I just go for bed.
Mhm.
In the night, I had a weird dream. Okay,
Yeah.
so in this dream, I was playing the game. It was nuts, and I just saw myself.
You really love that game, yeah.
Yeah, but this is the creepy part. I saw the game, and I was playing just in this part, up, down, left, right. So I was like weirded out because that was a completely random like pattern. So I just turned on the game and tried out.
In real life, you turn on the game. In real life, you turn on the game.
And yeah, I waked up. I just reasoned about the dream I had. Then I turned on the game, and I tried out the pattern, and it works. I was shocked. Like, how could I just possibly just dream the answer? And just no, I was completely shocked. I had no answer to every. I'm speechless right now.
So it kind of felt like you could see. It was like a premonition into the future, if you will.
Yeah, I was completely shocked. I have no other adjective to say.
There was no way you could have known that without having a code.
No,
in your mind.
Actually, the answer to open that door is in the down part of the temple, like in the count part. Like there's this bunch of circles, and but I haven't got to that part, or I didn't pay too much attention. I had no clue. I didn't went to the internet to search answers. I didn't ask my friends who already played that part. I just went directly to sleep, and I was clueless.
So was this the only time something like this has happened in your?
No, it's not the only part. It's
Was
yeah, I had like this experience when I was like 9.
Yeah.
I dreamed about going to a 3-floor house with my dad. In the dream I had brought my PlayStation 2, which was one of the 2 consoles I grew up with.
Yeah.
But there was no television, and this this house was like from a friend of my dad. With just a girl and a dog, like a beagle.
Girl and a dog.
Yeah, and a beagle. So I really liked the house because in the 2nd floor it was just like a place with a chimney and a lot of at all of place, like to make a party or dance
Yeah.
or some stuff like that.
Party,
And it
party.
had, yeah, and it had a balcony, so
Okay.
it was pretty nice. I liked the house, so
Yeah.
I waked up and I was just like, man, that was a pretty nice dream. I mean, like I had a lot of fun, and it's weird because I had fun in a dream.
Yeah.
So it was no big
I have
deal.
those. I have those sometimes.
Yeah,
Like a bit,
I call it a dream, I guess.
like the ones that
So
are. Yeah.
yeah, 2 years like 2 years ago, I went to that exact same house with my mom. You see, my parents are divorced, so actually they don't actually are around each other like anytime. So I went to that I went to that exact same house with my mom, and I was just like, I've been here before.
Yeah, because you saw it in your dream and you had fun.
Yeah, and I was just like, what? Oh yeah, I had a dream with that house, and the house was from a friend of my mom. I was just like, hey, you should get a beagle. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like it. So those are the only two times you've had.
I think I had that like pretty often, but it's just like this part when I just stopped suddenly, and I think I saw like everything just happening around me in a dream, but it's not like big deals. Like I don't remember exactly if that
Like
was
a
dreams. That
deja
was
vu kind of thing. Would it be that? Because I have those sometimes too. Like I feel like I've seen it before.
yeah, it's just really weird. Then well, those are the only two clear parts when I see something that I really know I've seen in a dream.
Yeah, because you felt vivid because of the game. It was like the night
Yeah, it
before.
was
And
just
you
like,
had fun in the other dream, right? So that's kind of why.
yeah,
So
it was weird. It's completely creepy.
yeah, we actually have other people that.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to
No, but
spend more
thank you
time
for
talking.
sharing. That's interesting. Like amongst everything else, that's really interesting.
Yeah, I really want a little bit of apart from the main topic. I excuse me for that, but
No problem. I like that actually. But thank you for coming. If you have more, you can always come next time. But if you can, do you mind to just leave the stream and listen? Because we need to save your spot for maybe someone else to join later.
I know. Okay, I will still. I'm a big fan. I listen to your videos while I do some other stuff like cooking, playing video games. So I'll just leave and continue watching the stream. So yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for actually sticking on to topic and not making my managing life hell.
I'm sorry, Mike.
No, thank you. You don't have to say sorry, but yeah, thank you for sharing your story.
Thanks a lot.
We
See ya.
appreciate you.
Well, I'm gonna hang now, so you can.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
bye.
Have a good one.
All right, have a good one. Who's next?
Okay, next is Hamza, and then
Hamza.
Eden.
What was happening with
No,
that?
Ash, and then Eden. Sorry.
What was happening with that thing?
Caitlin.
Hamza, what was happening with that?
No idea, man.
Oh, okay. So how old are you, Hamza?
I am about 15.
15.
Okay, I don't think we need to ask anymore, Haley. It's just everyone's 15 or 16.
I'm just gonna assume you guys are all 15 now.
Yeah, besides you, me, and like.
I am the oldest one here.
Shut up. No, you're
I
not.
would like to say that I was 15 here first. I'm the first one who said I was 15, so you can't get mad at me for that.
You're insignificant in this match. Shut up.
Okay,
I'm
fight
kidding.
me.
But yeah, Hamza, sorry for interrupting you, but please do share your story for us.
Oh, no, it's fine. And I'm sorry if I talk a little low. It's around about 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Yeah, which part of the world are you from?
UK.
UK, it's 3 o'clock. Oh, okay, for sure. You sound like you're under like bed covers right now. Intimately.
I don't know why that was funny, but sorry.
Getting so close and intimate.
Yeah, man, what's up? Okay, let's all do this show like this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get real close to the microphone. like
Eden,
this.
please stop. Okay, Hamza, go please.
Right, don't really know where to begin.
Begin when it first happened or something.
First of all, I'm kind of Muslim, so believing in the paranormal is part of the faith.
Mm-hmm.
So, one time, someone really close to me got possessed by one of these things.
Like a family member?
Yeah.
Do you mind to say which one, just for reference?
My mother.
Okay.
So obviously we noticed strange things started happening, self-harming, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I called my teacher. He sorted everything out, performed an exorcism.
Your teacher performed the exorcism on your mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like one of those ones you see in movies. You tie him to a bed and incantations and all sorts.
What was the process of that like? What did he bring with him?
It was nothing much. He just it was hard to explain what really happened.
So he didn't bring anything much, but how did you know your mom was possessed? Like she was acting weird. She sounded different. Her eyes were flicking back and forth. Or...
No, she was just like how a child would behave.
Like she acted like whining, crying, complaining.
Yeah, exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
And basically after that, literally a day after, it was only me and my sister that was home.
Mm-hmm.
And from the downstairs, we have a pretty big house.
Mm-hmm.
From the downstairs, we heard this really loud banging, like someone's knocking on the door.
Yeah.
I walked downstairs and I assumed my brother was home.
Yeah.
So I walked into the room. Everything was all pitch black, and where I live, behind me, near my back garden, is a forest.
Okay. And then?
So that kind of, because these things in Islam is called jinns.
Oh, like the genies kind of thing, right? They're really evil, I heard.
And after this really loud banging, I opened the door, walked through. There was nothing there at all. I saw scratch marks on the door.
Scratch marks, like actual scratch marks. So your mom's still inside. She's not home at the moment, right? It was only you and your sister.
It was only me and my sister.
What do you think that was that scratch? Like a jinn? You think it was actual jinn that was at your door scratching?
I know it was a jinn.
How did you? Why are you so positive?
I'm so positive because it's not really my first experience with one.
Because the thing is, I had a video up and then someone commented saying that how to summon a jinn, and it's like really evil spirit. Like these guys are really crazy. What was your last experience with the jinn that you knew?
That was the last experience with one.
I mean the previous, like your first or most memorable experience with the jinn.
My first was when I first moved into my new house in Bradford, which I live now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about 3 years old, and I used to hear these voices. They used to be like one person was talking, but it used to be like an echo kind of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Very demonic.
Right.
And that was kind of my first encounter.
So these things they look different from normal ghosts, I'm assuming, right? Is that?
Yes, highly ugly, highly.
How like what kind of thing do they look like? Can you just describe briefly, like maybe?
Think of them having bloodshot red eyes, greenish kind of skin with the leprosy.
Wow. And you see that?
All children can see them.
All children in your religion, or?
Any children. That's why sometimes out of the blue you'll see them crying, you'll see them laughing, you'll see them play around with certain things.
Because if you're saying that, then we should be able to remember that we saw them, but I can never.
No, you'd be extremely young, like you're an infant.
An infant, you would be able to see these creatures.
Yeah.
So what happened with your mom after that? Like you said she was possessed. Like what was the resolution for that happened?
Don't really get what you mean.
So like after you find out, you tell your teacher to come do the exorcism. Does she go crazy? Does she punch him in the face? Does she scream? Like what?
No, but she did break my father's finger.
Sorry?
She did break my father's finger.
She broke your father's finger.
Yeah, these things have immense power. You'll be shocked.
So you're saying it was the jinn who possessed your mom.
Mm.
And then afterwards, the exorcism was conducted, and then when did she become back to normal?
Just literally straight after.
Right after, and she's never had episodes again.
Yeah, not really, no.
Why did they choose to possess her instead of you? Because you've seen it before as well. Why do you think they possessed her instead?
Because obviously these things are part of our faith, and there's 3 different types of jinn. There's the one that are always good, they'll just leave you alone, they mind their own business.
Mm-hmm.
There's the second jinn, which here and there they'll be walking through, they'll mess about with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the last one, the evil entity, which feed off the fear.
Feed off your fear.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. I read some crazy stuff about like summoning these creatures where you have to stay in a dark room for like 30 days, can't speak to anybody, light candles. Is it something similar to that?
Yeah, in Islam it's called the Chilla.
But then you wouldn't want to have contact with these things, probably. Like, why would you do that?
There's evil people in the world.
There's evil people, but they use this as a way to get at other people?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
But what can they do for you? Just possess people, or?
They can be your loyal servants.
To like make you your breakfast, or like what can they serve? Just to
anything. They can serve as any purpose.
Okay. Yeah, that's insane, dude. But yeah, thanks for coming, dude. But we have some other people, man.
Dude, we got like 5 people. I got another 2, man.
All right. So yeah, man, thanks so much for coming. I am really interested. If you want to like PM me or something about your stories, I'd be down to like narrate them, because I was thinking of making like a jinn inspired video or something soon, so that could really help me out, you know.
Alright, okay, just contact me in any way you can.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, Hamza.
Alright, okay, bye.
Bye. So who's next?
Next is, seriously, you gotta pay me for this. It's Ash, Eden, no, I'm kidding. Ash, Eden, Caitlin, and then we have Emma Rose coming in, and then we have Fitz coming
Okay,
in.
let's do this till like 11 or something, because we're how many stories have we had in here, man? It's like 10
We've
already.
told about no, that's I don't know, like
eight, 9,
6 or 8.
6 or 8, dude. 6 or
And
8.
then we have another 5, and then that's it. No more after that, because yeah, time restraints, etc. So.
All right. So who's next?
It's Ash, Eden, Caitlin, Ghoulish, and then Emma, and then Fitz. So those are the last people.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ash. Hey, what's up?
Hopefully Ash will be better now because she's on her iPad. So.
Yeah. So if Ash can join, that'd be pretty awesome. But
yeah, she's in right now, but she's muted.
She's muted. All right. So Ash, if you can just get your thing ready. Who's after Ash?
Eden.
Eden can go then.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, do you want to hear? Well, which one do you want to hear first? Like a really weird thing that happened to me as a kid, or like a weird vision that I had, or any kind of scary encounter I had as a child?
Choose which one you want. Just go for it.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about this really weird dream I had.
Yes.
Well, it was, I don't know if anyone has ever experienced something where, like, you're in the dream and when you come out of the dream, there's a physical manifestation of something that happened to you in the dream.
Like scratch marks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's happened to me.
Yeah, I was 13 years old, and I was homesick. I was sick as a dog. I rarely get sick, ever, because I try to take good care of myself, and, perfect attendance, all that good stuff. But I was really, really sick. I had a really high fever, pretty much just a couple of degrees shy of being sent to the ER because I was going to have brain damage.
Right.
And I had this really bad dream. It was in this dark, dark place, and way off in the distance there was this little tiny square of light.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was walking toward it, I could hear like this maniacal laughter. And the closer I got to it, like I could feel something pulling at my hair, dragging me down on the ground, hitting me, kicking me. And I knew I needed to get to the light in order to run away and like escape whatever was trying to, basically, I felt like I was going to get eaten alive because I felt
Yeah, you
bite
felt like
marks.
something was following you. and
Yeah,
trying to
like
get you, right?
something was like biting me and like scratching at me and attacking me, and I was like punching, I was trying to fight back and I was punching at it, and I guess they decided they wanted to quit biting and scratching me, so they proceeded to pummel me to half to death.
Mm-hmm.
And the closer I got to the light, and finally got to the point where I realized it was a doorway, and I literally stick my fingers into the light and I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like all the air is rushed out of my lungs. I wake up gasping. I fall out of the bed, and I go into the bathroom to wash my face, and literally there's like welts all over my neck. There's a huge bruise on my face.
Jesus.
There's there's scratch marks like on my shoulders, across my face.
Yeah.
My lip is bleeding. My tongue, like the inside of my, like I think I might have bitten my tongue in response because my mouth was bleeding and my lip had been split open. My nose was bleeding. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And my mom came, my mom came home. She took her lunch break off to come check on me, and she just like flipped her shit because she was like, "What the hell happened?" And I told her it was a really bad nightmare. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I told you my mom, she's really, really attuned to like that realm.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately when she saw me, like she knew it wasn't like somebody had come into the house and beat me up, and she knew I didn't beat myself up. Like she immediately grabbed me and like sat me down and just, she pulled all my clothes off and like looked over my entire body and just immediately like started chanting like sutras.
Okay.
And she was just, because even though she's technically a Christian, like still the Buddhism that she was raised in was still very deep rooted inside of her. So she like started immediately chanting sutras and was just like, what is going on with my daughter? Like this is insane.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that was a precursor to like the struggles that I would deal with later on in life. With people and with really bad situations going on in my life, and just took on a physical form. And that was pretty terrifying. I was like, I've never had an experience since then. Like, since that time, I've never had anything that bad happen to me, in the physical aspect.
And how old were you when this happened?
I was 13. It was
13.
really crazy.
So you're saying that experience alone was something of a precursor or like a premonition of things that would happen to you afterwards in life?
Yeah, because not even a few years later, like when I was 17, I got into a really bad car accident. When I was 19, like I almost died. Like seriously, almost, fell from like 3-story building and almost died.
Who would use that? Like, who would do that to tell you this would happen to you later in life? Like, is it a sign from where?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, a lot of religious people, they'll say, "Oh, well, it was a sign from God," and I was just like, "God, he beat the shit out of me." Like, he's like, "Wake the fuck up," like that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, but I don't know. And I mean, I kind of shrugged it off, being my 13-year-old self, thinking, oh, that was just some freak accident that happened. But as the years started going by, I started realizing, each situation I came into was worse than the previous one.
Yeah.
Which kind of explained, like at the beginning, there was the crazy laughing, then there was the scratching, the pulling of hair, then the biting, then the actual just beating me half to death. And about 5 years ago was the last really bad experience that I had. It was like really psychologically damaging. I had to go to therapy for a little while after that.
Okay.
But I guess that was just I want to say that was the final leap I had to get over and be where I am now. And Because right now I haven't really had anything bad happen to me, knock on wood.
For 5 years, eh? For 5
Yeah,
years.
for 5 years, nothing really bad has happened to me. Life's been pretty steady and calm, and but the last incident, even my mom, she told me she had a really bad nightmare that there was this dark shadow over me. She saw me off in the distance in her dream. There was this dark shadow beside me, like literally sucking the life out of me. Like I looked like. Have you guys seen that picture of Christian Bale in The Machinist?
Yeah.
That's what she said I looked like. I looked skin and bones. Like my face was all sunken in. Like literally looked like
The
the life
lighting was
was being sucked in.
dark, and it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah, everything was just getting sucked out of me, and my mom pretty much saved my life from that last incident that I was in 5 years ago. And I guess that was the end. That I just.
So that incident must have been pretty traumatic for you to say, this is the end. This is the worst.
Yeah, I think like I mean, being 29, like I guess I pretty much have still more things that I have to experience, but the fact that that one really bad thing happened, I don't think, I mean, if I hadn't had so many supportive people around me and I didn't go to therapy and just calm the fuck down, I don't think I would have recovered mentally or emotionally. Like, forget the physical aspect of it, of not eating and sleeping and stuff, but I just don't think I would have came back to who I am now and appreciate the things that I have now because of what happened at that time. Just to give you guys an idea, I was literally a step away from Stockholm Syndrome. Like, yeah, it was that bad. I was about to just be like, screw my family, screw my friends. This person clearly is the only one that, gives a shit about me, even though he was absolutely abusive and horrible and manipulative, and like he was a sociopath, straight up.
I'm glad it never came to that point.
Yeah, no, me too. Like, I'm pretty sure if I see him now, I would, like, tear him a new asshole. But, at the time, he was my world, so it was really
Well, you were
bad.
24.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of happens at that age, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. I think I
For a
feel really
girl?
stupid now. I feel really stupid, but,
Was it your first?
No, he wasn't. I was in a really bad place at that time, and just,
He seemed like he was that light for you. That could have been that different. Yeah, understandable.
He was just like, oh my gosh, he understands me, and he's the only one who really loves me and cares about me.
Yeah, been there, done
and,
that. Understand.
And it's just, and
You want to share your experience, Mike?
No.
But it was pretty crazy, and I don't know.
Shut up.
Really weird. Aw.
I've always been trying to get this guy to tell us about his.
Shut up. Anyways, go on, Eden. Shut up.
Oh yeah. But other than that, like that was I guess the most traumatic thing that happened to me. A really weird thing that happened was when I was in New Orleans. I went to this haunted house. I was 20, and I really shouldn't have gone in there. It was really freaky. But basically, there was this mistress who got murdered in the house, and she got chopped up into little pieces and put in the walls.
Yeah.
And we were going through the ghost tour, and immediately when I walked in the foyer, I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to do with it. I don't want to do this. Like,
you felt something.
It felt really cold. It was in the middle of the summertime, too. And in New Orleans, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, it's blazing hot. And I go in there, and it feels like ice. Like, it feels like I'm up in the mountains with in a tank top. Like, the cold chill is just all over me.
Cold, yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, and I was just like.
Some comparison right there.
Yeah, I'm going like, I don't want to do this. And my friend, of course, she was just like, don't be a little chicken shit. Come on, like, this is a gimmick. Like, their ghosts aren't real. And I'm looking at her like, do you not see the breath coming out of my face? Like, do you not see this?
You're the only person that felt that cold shiver chill. So
yeah,
everyone else was like hot as shit, but you have breath coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, I could see it. Like I could see the breath coming out of my. I was like, do you not see this? And they were just like, no, you're crazy. And I'm going like, okay, whatever. And I go, well, we start walking upstairs, and they're doing the little tour, and of course they have the gimmick where they're being all creepy and weird, like little bellhop people. And they do the whole like turning out of the lights thing when they go into the little smoking room area. They turn out the lights and try to scare you and shit like that. Yeah. Well, I feel somebody grab me, like from behind my back, grab me, and like if you ever been bungee jumping and that recoil, like when you fall down and then you bounce back up. That it was basically and somebody pulled, like, the recoil is what I felt. And they yanked me back, and my back slammed against the wall. And next thing you know, I heard, like, doors shutting in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even scream. Like, my mouth is open, but I'm trying to scream, and I can't scream. No sound is coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm banging on the door, screaming. Everyone else is screaming because they think that, you know, they think that, you know, it's part of the whole thing, like, you know, freaking everybody out in the room as I start screaming, because they're...
Like, they thought the haunted house, like, whoa, that's some nice effect you got there.
Yeah, exactly. And because they had just got done talking about the woman who got chopped up in little pieces and put in the walls, and I started screaming, or I tried to scream, and I'm banging on the door and everything trying to get out, and they're all freaking out screaming. They can't hear me. And finally, I just, like, closed my eyes, and I just threw my body against the doors and somehow managed to throw the doors open as the lights come on. And people see me coming out of this, like, wardrobe closet, like this little coat closet. And they're like, whoa, are you okay? And I'm freaking out. My hair is a mess. Like, somebody's been pulling my hair, and, like, my clothes are disheveled. And I come out, and I look behind me, and nobody's in the closet. Like, it's just coats. Like, I pull, like, the lights come on, I'm flinging the coats open, like, I'm tearing coats out of the thing, like, trying to figure out if somebody had actually grabbed me.
Like, it was part of the plan, kind of.
Yeah, like, I thought it was, and because I was pissed. I was pissed off. I was like, this is what? I was like, why would you fucking do that to somebody? I'm gonna murder everybody. And I go in there.
Fucking company, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, and no one was there. Like, I'm hitting on the walls, and you can tell that the walls are concrete, so it's no trap door, no trap hidden door, nothing. There's nothing in there.
Okay. And then.
And then as soon as they were like, you can tell the bellhops are genuinely afraid. They're like, what the hell just happened? I looked at them. I was like, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. And I immediately went back downstairs and left that place. I was like, I'm done.
Probably
with
the
this.
smartest thing to do.
Yeah. Because they were just like, what are you going? I was like, no, I'm getting into a cab and I'm going back to the hotel. Screw all of you.
And your friends were all still there, and they were shocked, kind of. They're like, what the hell happened to you?
Yeah, they didn't understand. Yeah, and I mean, they went through the whole thing, like, okay, except for that one little scare. I mean, you know, they have, of course, the jump scares where they jump out and scare you and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're like, why did you leave? Like,
but those are people. You know?
Exactly. They weren't, like, you know, entities. You know, they weren't specters, and they didn't understand. I had to go home and take, like, a hot shower and calm the hell down.
Did you do, like, physical markings after that, like a physical injuries, nothing like that?
There were little tiny, like, you know how, like, when you dig your nails into your skin and they're little imprints? There were little imprints like that on the back of my neck.
That's insane. That is really insane.
Yeah, it was really creepy. I mean, there was no blood, there weren't any scratches, but you could see the little imprints, and it was the freakiest thing I'd ever seen. And, I mean, I had to calm down. I had a fifth of, you know, whiskey right there by me.
Yeah. just had to.
I had to, otherwise I wasn't going to make it through the night. I mean, no way.
So, what was the story with that young girl in there, anyways? Like, why? What was
it was basically it was the lord of the manor. He was like a baron type guy, and his wife, the baroness. Well, he had a mistress on the side who was supposed to be like the governess to their child. Like their teacher, and they had an affair, and the wife got, like, super jealous and hired she asked one of her servants to hire an outside man, basically like a hitman, to come and, like, kill this woman.
Kill this person.
Yeah, and as an added bit of revenge to her husband, she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that she's around you all the time like you want, and she, like, had her cut up and, you know, cemented into the walls, like plastered into the walls. Of the smoking room, and it was insane.
Yeah, like, I would imagine there would be some hate if it was that situation.
Oh yeah, and of course, like, it was her anger. They said that it was her angry spirit still residing inside of that house, because, you know, it was an injustice to her. It's like, okay, you want to get angry at me for sleeping with your husband, fine, but, you know, to chop me up and put me in the walls, like, come on.
But why would she be hostile towards you? Do you think? Is there any reason?
Well, I mean,
is it because you're
I guess it's because I could feel it. I guess it's because I could feel it, and I mean, it's not. I'm not nearly as strong as my mother. I'm probably not nearly as strong as Mike when it comes to sensing these kind of things. But when it comes to, like, really strong emotions that are left from, you know, other spirits that have left, whether it's extreme sadness, extreme anger, extreme, you know, confusion, because there's ghosts, of course, who don't understand why they're still here.
Yeah.
And
They're in the purgatory of sorts, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like they're just kind of wandering around. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when it comes to the extreme emotions like that, I've always been really attuned to those. Like just the subtle, you know, the walking past thing. Like my mom, she can sense when any spirit is around. You know, mild, major, whatever. But for me, it's always been like the major ones. Like you have to be extremely like seated into that whatever you passed on with, whatever feeling you passed on with, like that hits you really hard, and that's the ones that I've always been really attuned to.
And this happened, I'm guessing, like hundreds of years ago. I'm guessing, right? It's not recent. It's not like
yeah, no, it was like in the 1800s when this happened. Yeah, it was insane. And I mean, just the fact that her anger was just still so deeply seated inside of that house, you know, is just amazing. I'm like, did nobody come in here? And I mean, I know you're trying to make money,
cleanse
but
this place.
yeah, it's like, did nobody cleanse this place? Like,
Of course not.
Because I feel like, I mean, this is just my guess.
I wouldn't. Like I'm an asshole. Like I would. No, I may cleanse it if it was causing trouble for me and my crew, and then still market it as a place that's haunted. But if it's like didn't cause me trouble, you know, the more the better. Like I wish like TV stations would come in and like, you know, report about the place or something. Cause more publicity, you know, make more money.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Like places that are haunted, they don't actually like shut down. They actually get more business. That's a assumption, is that they close down, but no, they actually get more visitors.
They actually gain more
yeah,
notoriety or something. If
See, my thing is that like I'm terrified of like the idea that if we piss these ghosts off enough, they're just gonna like explode and just start coming after everybody. Like it's like fuck wherever I died at. I'm about to unroot myself and come after you.
Like
it's gonna
apocalypse.
Be.
We need Danny
Yeah.
Phantom.
Wow, you guys still watch that show? What the?
Yes,
Danny
I love that
Phantom.
show. I love
Oh my
that
god,
show.
the sirens are real. What is going on?
Before you guys continue, there's been a little confusion. Apparently, Hamza thinks I'm horror, and I'm the one that's making the
Yeah.
But no, like
Well, you can think he's horror. That's fine. We kind of look alike, right?
No, we don't. We don't.
Well, we're both Asian, so I guess that's the same to everybody else. You know, whatever.
I'm like Haley's co-host for live streams, and I'm just trying to make the content for you guys better.
He's actually
so.
my manager. He's actually my manager. He's managing me right now.
Sure.
Getting deals for
Wait,
me.
do you get paid by Mike?
Auditions and all that stuff. Yes, secretly I'm getting paid by Mike.
But yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, make the content better for you guys. So I'm glad you guys like my ability to manage people.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
You're doing a good job, Mike.
Pretty good, Mike. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get to someone else.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's pretty much all I had to tell.
You can chime in with the other people, but we have.
Please
Ash.
stay in here. Yeah, we have Ash, and then we have Caitlin, and then the other two.
So what was going on with your mic and your thing there, Ash? Like, what was going on with that? That took a while.
Well, I was right outside and it was being a little windy, so I think that was the problem.
Yeah, probably. So how old are you? You sound young. Don't say 15.
I'm 13.
13, finally.
At least it's not 15.
Yeah, okay. So your story actually probably happened pretty recently, I'm guessing, if you're 13.
Yeah,
Kid stories.
it happened when I was like around 4, 5, or 6.
So what happened?
Well, when I was smaller, I used to live in this house. It was not that big or not that small, you know, pretty average house. And I'd have my playroom, and I'd always play with my dolls. And then the doors would always slam, and I'd hear footsteps.
Like the doors in your room, inside your room.
Yeah, like near the room.
Yes.
In the hallways, they'd slam shut.
Mhm.
And whenever I was either watching TV or playing with my other dolls, I'd always hear laughing.
Mhm.
And then one time I had a really creepy experience. Well, when I was So the playroom, there's like the door, the entrance. Then in the middle is like there's a rug, and then there's a mirror. There's a headdress. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, a
Okay.
mirror. And then I was playing with my dolls on the floor, and then the door opened slowly.
Wow.
I got
Creepy.
up. I got up. I went to check in the hallways, and I'm not sure if I saw a shadow, kind of like a shadow.
Yes.
And well, I was too scared, obviously, so I went back in the playroom and shut the door. And then my mom found me crying in the room. I was really scared.
And you remember this vividly, even though you were only 4 to 5 years old. It must have been,
Yeah,
yeah,
like I'm kind of like 13, so it kind of happened a few years ago.
a few years ago. And then is that the only time that this happened?
Yeah, and then like I'd always like hear giggling and laughing, and yeah,
Laughing. You can hear laughing in your room.
like in the hallways,
But what kind of a voice? Like a man, a child, a woman?
kind of like a little girl's voice.
But you've only seen the shadow. That's the only thing you've like physically seen, right?
Well, like in the living room, I think I seen like a girl in a white gown.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lights suddenly turned off, and I saw the girl in the white gown, and I got really scared, and I ran up to my room.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've seen, the shadow and the girl in the white gown.
And do you still live in that house right now as we speak?
No, I moved out because
Oh, okay.
I told my parents about it, and they're very religious, and we moved out. Since like I'm a girl that's honest.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the scariest thing that's happened to you in your. Well, I mean, you're only 13, so there's gonna be more to come.
Yeah. Like creepers.
Creepers, but what, you get creepers? Stalkers?
Yeah, the creeps, the perverts.
Whoa. Can you share like one about that?
One encounter.
Yeah.
Well, I'll share my encounter with the creep when I was at the mall.
Sure, go for it.
So yeah, I was like pedophiles. I was like around 9. Yeah,
Okay.
around 9.
Okay.
And I was shopping with my mom at the mall, and then she told me to wait out, like she told me to wait,
Mm-hmm.
because she had to clean my little sister up, and then I waited outside, and then this man, he came up to me, he said, "Hey little girl, what's your name?" And he started asking me lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course I stupidly I told him my name, but I never told him any other personal information. And then he said, "Oh, hey, where's your mom?" And I just said, "Oh, she's in the restroom with my little sister."
Right.
And then he said, "Oh, want me to go get you some candy?" Yeah, basically. And then I shook my head or no, because I wasn't allowed to talk to strangers. Whoa.
Okay. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, that was
weird. So I wasn't allowed to talk to strangers, and at my school they told me not to talk to strangers.
Yes.
And so then I shook my head, and I was like trying to go to the restroom with my mom, but then he got hold of my hand. He started
He grabbed your hand
dragging me.
and dragged you.
He started to drag me, but then of course, luckily my mom came out and she saw the man and she scolded him.
Well, yeah, fuck, man, for sure. Like, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
I would call the cops. Be like, what are you doing with grabbing my daughter?
Scolded him.
Dragging her.
Yeah, and then she got a hold of the security, and they took the man.
And that was your scariest.
My encounter with the pedophile.
Well, bad, or he could have. Yeah, okay. He could have been.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can't just assume that he could have sold you to the he could have sold your organs or something like that. He couldn't then have to
Jesus
be a pedophile.
Christ, man.
No, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't have to be a pedophile, but yeah, like a
Well,
child
yeah.
stalker.
Yeah, kind of child stalker.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your experience, Ash, and thank you for switching
Yeah.
systems. You're still
Yeah.
using your phone, I'm guessing, though, right?
I'm in my iPad right now.
Okay, that's much better. But if you have any more creepy shit, you know,
Yeah.
come back. And
I'm actually really glad I got to talk with you guys. I've been a really big fan for 2 years now.
for 2 years, my channel started about 6 months ago. But thank you.
6 months ago? Oh, I think just really.
I think you were mixing me up with Mr. Creepypasta.
Oh, I think I am. But
Yeah,
like,
probably
I am
because
a
they
really
have
big.
similar voices.
Yeah.
But hey,
Because like, I
Yeah,
like
you
to
do.
listen to others.
but hey, thank you anyways. If you can kindly eject.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have to leave because there's no one else.
There's no one
Because Emma Rose has like a chainsaw going on at her house, and Fit is trying to get
No,
in. Can't.
I ejected you, the girl that was here,
Oh,
with the sound, because she kept on making sounds. No, because I'm sorry, you can come back now, but I mean, just don't.
It sounded like a swarm of hornets.
Don't do that when someone's telling a story. That's the only reason why. I mean, I'm sorry, I apologize. You can come back in if you want to, but please just be respectful of the person, you know. But yeah, who's after Ash? Do you know?
after Ash is Caitlyn, and then Ghoulish has another one. But then if Fitz or Emma comes back in prior to Caitlyn being finished, then they'll go first, and then Ghoulish, because Ghoulish already went. So I'm trying to let the new people go first.
Yeah, man.
I thought Skylar had a story.
No, he doesn't.
Skylar,
I'm like 90% sure he doesn't. No.
well, he's apparently said he did, Haley, so he's going
Yeah.
last. Yeah, but if anything,
He has a story.
apparently he asked me if he could do the
He's
thing.
just gonna make one up on the spot.
No, it's not made up. It's not made up.
Call him out, Haley. Call him out.
Or like you say some shit about me when we were kids or something. Something I did to you. Let's
No,
not.
it's a camping story. It's a good one.
Let's not.
I've had to think pretty hard about it, but
But you're going last though. I'm just. Yeah, I just ended up.
it's a
So
teaser.
who's next?
Caitlyn.
All right. Caitlyn, awesome. Caitlyn can come on and start. Hey. Hi. Is it Caitlyn, the one that used to come on here?
I think it's a different Caitlyn.
It's a different.
No, I think it's still
I
her.
love that hey that you gave, by the way. You're like, hey.
Hey. Just mute it from my phone, dude. Come on.
Yeah, Caitlyn, are you here? You just.
Yeah, sorry, my computer just died on me.
All right, but is there like a better sounding microphone maybe or something like that?
Right now I'm using my headphone mic now, but they're plugged into my computer.
Oh, it's just the same Caitlyn. Never mind, this is the same Caitlyn.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. But there's like a cars going by. Is it Ash? Do you think you can mute your mic? Because the cars in your area are causing.
Yeah, it's like I'm outside right now.
Okay, thank you. If you can just mute it, actually, that'd be awesome. All right, so Caitlyn, what's your story?
Sorry, it freaked out again.
All right.
Okay.
What's with all the static sound?
Oh, it wasn't her.
It wasn't her, yeah.
Was it? Is it? Okay, I think it's Caitlyn. Hey, so you have a story from childhood, or is it from like? What's it?
It's kind of childhood. It's from whenever I was in middle school.
Awesome. Yes.
It's not like paranormal or anything, but I hope that's okay with you.
Okay, but I actually am not okay with one thing. If you can have like a better, just like a clearer mic, maybe, or go to a better location, because it's really breaking the sound. And if you're gonna tell a long story, it's just not gonna be comfortable. Is there any way for you to get somewhere? I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll find something, and then I'll.
Like, put the microphone in your mouth.
No, it's not the distance. It's like the quality is not the best. So
Yeah, because there's static and then just.
there's a lot of
background
static.
noise.
And
Yeah.
It's just gonna be uncomfortable. So who was after? Maybe we'll go with whoever was after her first.
Okay, well, it's Fit and Emma. Fit can't join because of I don't know what reasons. And then, okay, Emma can join right now. All right, Emma, if you can hear us, just join. She said she can join right now.
All right. Does she have the link though?
I gave it to her, yeah.
Okay, she can join. She can join. Yeah.
But yeah, for the time being.
Sing us a song.
What?
Just kidding. Hey.
There we go. There's Emma. Okay, Emma can start whenever you want.
Hi. Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Yep.
Where are you from? How old are you? And
Those are stalkerish questions.
ASL.
I ask everybody that, but yes,
Alright. Well,
I stalk everybody.
you good to know.
He stalked me, so that's how he found me. But
Yeah,
sorry. go ahead.
I know where you live. Anyways, yo, what's
It would
up,
be very
Emma?
expensive for you to stalk me.
Yeah, exactly. You're really far. Hey, Emma, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 13.
God, it keeps getting younger and younger. What's going on?
I'm sorry.
Like the gap keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's gonna be like, well, I'm 8. And 5 years calling
It's
me.
just me,
I'm
Eden,
twee.
and you, and Ghoulish being like 23, and then Eden's like the granny of this. But you know.
Granny.
Dare you?
Love you. Oh, sorry, go on.
So
So
you
much hate.
so you live in the U.S., right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Which part?
Indiana.
All right, awesome. So what's your story?
Do I just like start like go into
Yeah,
it?
go
or-
for it. Go for it.
Oh, all right. So like I had this friend and like she would like randomly come over to my house and was like, "Hey, we should hang out." Like it was like really creepy. I was like, "You should stop this." But we went to her house. Well, like we never went to her house. We always went to her grandma's for some reason because her mom was always working.
Yeah.
So like this one time we were being stupid and I was like really into like pretend ghost hunting and I was just messing around.
Awesome.
And then yeah, not really. But but
Holy
I would like hold around a flashlight and I was like, if someone's here, give us a sign. And I like throw something across the room.
Mhm.
And like I just like do stupid stuff like that. And then this one time we were like hanging out and we were in her basement. There was like this old but so I was like someone give us a sign. We had all the lights off. And then like the girl started like freaking out and I was like, yo, what's good? And then she like lifts up her shirt, like not all the way, not like you know, but like up to her back.
Your friend is the one freaking out?
Yeah, like
Oh, and she lifts up her shirt.
yeah, like she lifts it up and there was like these 3 like hallmark things and like they're like onto her rib cage on the right side. They're like diagonal across like
Yeah.
I don't know how to like describe it. It was like above the ending of them, but like not. It's still not important. I'm just rambling.
Just
So
3 markings, basically. Okay.
I was we went upstairs and we got her like a Band-Aid and stuff, and I'm like everything good, and then we were like, oh yeah, blah blah. So we went back downstairs and we tried like doing it again, and then the entire house power like went out.
Yeah.
And like we just like assumed it was nothing because like we were like trying to be rebellious, all cool and stuff. But
How old were you when this happened? You're 13 now. How old was this?
I was like 8.
You were 8 trying to be rebellious?
Well, yeah, I was like,
Oh,
I
okay.
was a pretty type of kid. So like I was like, well, gotta make it some way. And then everyone else was like nice and stuff. I was like, well, I want to be popular. So I was like, I'll just stab someone. I'm kidding, but like you get the message.
0 to 100 real quick.
Yo, you are entertaining. Anyways, keep going.
So you were psychotic. No, I'm kidding. But go on.
At 8.
Pretty much, if I'm honest. Like.
And then what happened?
Alright, so we went back downstairs, but like the power went out, so we were just like still like hanging out. Because like the lights were already off. There was like no electronics down the basement, except for like some like 1920s computer. And I was like,
1920s computer.
I don't think computers were made back in the 1920s.
no,
but-
shush,
Holy
shush, they
shit.
were.
Okay, keep going.
Don't doubt my aging of devices. It's good, but like all you could get on was like Google, and then like you would type something and it wouldn't work. I was like, why would you bother? But alright, and then so I did it again, and then this table that was on like the other side like moved like we were in a basement, so it was like a concrete floor, concrete walls, that kind of thing, and then there was like this metal post holding up like the ceiling. I don't even know what it was there for. That was just what I assumed. But so we like heard it move.
So
and,
the
like,
table was moving, basically, and then...
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it like shifted, and I was like, I like looked over to her. She just kind of like shrugged, and I was like, all right. And I was like, I thought that I was all cool and tough. So I like went over and I like sat on top of the table, and I was like, all right, do it again. And then nothing happened. So I was like, oh, I knew it. I was like, it's fake.
Yeah.
And then, so we went back upstairs, and then we came back down a little later, and then we were sitting there, like the glass was like all fogged up, and then like the door was like there was a door to go outside to the basement, but that was like boarded up, so like you couldn't see that one, but like there was like light streaming through the boards, and so like that's how we only knew that it was like getting late or not. But so we were sitting there, like the windows are like things, and we were like, oh, it must be hot down here. And then my friend was like, oh, it's just because of me. And I was like, haha. I was like, no. But
Nice
so,
joke, but yeah, and then?
Yeah.
And then what's the next predominant thing that happened after that, like important? Because there's a lot of details, and you guys have banter, but what's the next thing? So the table moved, and then what?
Alright. So like the thing like fogged up, and then
Fogged up.
we were sitting there, and then we were just like talking and everything, and the like light coming through the door like completely cut off, like someone wasn't standing in front of it. So we just kind of like peeked through. There was nothing there, but there was still like no light coming through. So we were like, all right. So we went upstairs. We asked our grandma. She was like, oh no, you'll be fine. And then we went back downstairs, and
You guys just going up and down, up and down. How many times have you been up and down stairs?
I was a kid. I was on so many sugar highs all the time. But so we go back downstairs. It's still like dark. So we like have these flashlights, and we're like messing around and everything. And then we hear the table shift again.
Okay.
And we like go over. Yeah. And then we go over, and we kind of like put it back into its space. It's moved about like 5 inches or so.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think it'd be that much, but it was weird. But so we're sitting on the couch. It's like a really big basement for like a small house. It's weird. But so we're sitting there, and then the table moves again, and then we're like, all right, this is stupid.
Third time.
So we're kind of like looking around, like maybe there was like rats. I don't know. We were like looking for something, like a reason for it. And I flashed not me, but it was her. I flashed mine over the second time.
Okay.
But she puts her light over in the corner, and there was like this big, like dark, like it wasn't like a body shape. It was like a big blob, pretty much.
Like a
And it was
block of
just-
blackness, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so like she like screams and drops her flashlight, like bolts upstairs, and then I put mine on it, and like I was isn't there like a curtain or something? So like start walking, and then that's when it like disappears. So now all I see is like a black blob, and then now I see concrete wall. Like that's it.
Okay.
So now I like bolt up the stairs. I was not, and then I ended up going home because I wasn't gonna stay in there. Like, are you crazy? I ain't gonna stay the night at someone's house where I see crazy crap. Like
Crazy shit moving and black blobs and all that stuff.
Yeah, like I was like, I ain't gonna stay here. I was like, I don't even know how you sleep here.
Okay.
But and then there was another time. It was like a few years later. I was at her birthday party. We didn't really hang out much after that.
Yeah, because of that experience. Okay, and then?
And then, so we're at her birthday party. It's like her birthday is like really close to Halloween. So we're like hanging out and everything. Night. Night.
Yeah, so guys, just because, so we're going to continue until we finish all you guys, so we're not going to end it at 11. We're going to end it when...
Yeah, so Caitlin
Sorry,
can take her
I
time.
go into too much detail much.
Yeah,
And
just
like,
try to make it a bit more brief, like and I'm hot, haha, like that kind of stuff. You just try to cut it down.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Sorry. I've told this story to a couple of people, and like anyway, so we were sitting there, and like everyone is like, why is it so hot down here? So we open up the door and everything, and then like
You
it
guys
gets
made that
cold
joke
quick.
again? You guys just love that joke. It was just like... Alright, keep going, sorry.
But so we all like open up the door because it's like hot and it's a basement, so there's like no windows that we can open. There's just that one door,
So we open it up, and then it like slams shut a few minutes later, and we're all like, "Oh, it must be someone outside." So we just kind of don't bother with it, and we close it again, and not close it, open it again, and then it got closed again. And this like kind of went throughout the night, and I was like, I don't like this place. I was like, I ain't coming back. I was like, y'all can stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it.
So just crazy shit. And this is the same friend we're talking about, right?
Yeah, like the same place.
Are you still friends with that friend, or?
No, but like.
Is this the reason why?
Actually, no. She just started like.
Well, you guys were 8, and then now you're 13. So I mean, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that happens. Don't worry about it. Like.
In my life, it feels like it's been like 80 years. So like she's like, oh hey, and I'm like, don't talk to me. I was like, you're mean. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
no,
like,
stop.
Because this is the only life you know, so there's nothing to compare it to. So of
Yeah.
course it's gonna feel long. Like I feel long, and I'm only like 10 years older than you or something. But
Yeah.
no. Anyways, yeah. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's
Probably wasn't that scary, but hey.
No, it's actually okay. Like I like the table moving and stuff. It's not over the top, so I know it's not fake. You know.
Mhm.
But thanks for coming. You can stay actually if you want. You can chime in on some other people, and they're gonna give it their stories a go.
Yeah.
So who's after her?
Caitlin, take it away.
Yeah, take it away, because we're gonna continue until Skylar finishes his for sure tonight.
Okay, well then if we're doing that, then it's Caitlin, Ghoulish has one, and then Skylar has one.
Okay.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Perfect. Everything is perfect.
That's a lot better. You still kind of sound robotic, but it's good enough. Awesome.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I hope this can do. But my story was from whenever I was like, I want to say 12 in 7th grade, and I had just moved to a new school.
Yeah.
And there was a brand new science teacher who no one had had yet, so nobody really knew what he was like.
Yeah.
And he just, sorry, I'll try to make this as brief as possible, but
Keep going.
he would just get too close to everyone, like
a creepy kind of.
yeah, exactly. So he
It's
like
one of those
even the guys felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So and like any chance he'd get, he would kind of like try to get alone with every student.
Guy and girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like with the girls, he got a little bit more like touchy-feely with, but even the guys, he would like single them out and try to get alone with them.
That's really weird. And how old were you?
We were all 12.
All 12, eh? Okay.
Like oldest maybe 13, 14.
Okay.
And I don't know, it was just really weird in that aspect. Like during our exams, he would make up this part where you had to orally explain your answer to him, and
It was orally something else, but anyways.
Either one, not surprised. And he would just take all of us back into this little lounge room at the very back of the school alone, and we would all have to explain our answers to the exam. And I don't know, it just creeped everyone out. And then whenever things got a little bit too much for us was whenever okay, this is weird, but he was our dance teacher. So while he was teaching us ballet, we were all just trying to figure out a way to get out of his classroom.
Wait, you were 12 and you just teaching ballet?
Okay, so it was an elective, and we all just really wanted to get out of class.
Oh, okay.
So, and so he was the dance teacher, and then one day he was showing us how to slow dance. And I was talking to my best friend, and he singled her out, and she's probably the most popular girl in our grade. And he called her up and was like, okay, so since you guys are having a dance soon, I'll go ahead and teach you how to, I don't know, foxtrot?
What?
Whatever the classical dances are.
Oh, like its name is called...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't listen during ballet, so...
And I'm assuming, before you continue, he was doing all these set actions with motives, right?
Yeah, I believe
Of
so.
like wanting to touch the person or just whatever he was getting out of it.
Yeah.
I thought she said that he was teaching her how to fuck.
No, she said foxtrot. No, no, no.
Because it cut out. It cut out. I just heard fuck.
No. But
I
go on.
hope
go on.
not. Maybe
No.
indirectly, but
Wait,
so,
I muted? What?
Doesn't matter. Just go on. Doesn't matter. Sorry, go on.
so he singled out my friend while we were talking and said that she would be his dancing partner.
Uh-huh.
And he was showing us how the guys were supposed to place their hand kind of like at the bottom of the girl's back, like the crook of a girl's back.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went, so make sure their hands are up here and not down here. And he just completely groped my best friend. And
That's disgusting.
yeah, we were all freaking out, and none of us knew what to do because, I mean, we were 12 and we'd never really been in this situation before.
Yeah.
So we weren't sure, like, should we tell someone? Are we just overreacting? Like, what are we supposed to do? But, like, he completely groped her. So we were all freaking out, and she was, like, almost crying because she just felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So we talked to the headmaster of the school and did everything we could to, like, just get this noticed. And then he singled me out in class one day.
Okay.
And he called me up to the front and was like, okay, so this is how you position your legs, and just, like, got way too close to me. Like, I was really uncomfortable at that point. Like, he was just grabbing me, and I don't know, that just made me uncomfortable. And we easily could have been overreacting because, like, it's a dance class, but I don't know, that just...
It's weird, though. Like, he has this name for himself in the school. I'm surprised no one called him out already. Or, like, somebody had to, you know...
Yeah, and he did this to everyone, like...
Exactly. Like, he has a name. It's not just to you two girls. It's, like, to every single student out there. Or is he just weird? Is he just a weird guy, or do you like... I don't honestly think that he had intent.
I mean, he could have just been, like, I don't know, like, awkward and, like, didn't really know how to talk to us or associate with us, because this was still his first year at the school, so that would be understandable.
How did this guy look like? Was he, like, an older guy or, like, a...
Yeah, he was, I want to say, like, 55, 60.
55, 60?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So just for reference, where was this? Like, if you're in the States, where?
This was in the South in, like, North Carolina.
Okay.
It's always North Carolina or Florida, but yeah.
I know. Oh my god, this state. Okay, anyway, off topic. And, he just, I don't know, he just got way too touchy-feely with all of his students.
So he did that to you as well, and then you reported it to the headmaster. What did they do afterwards? Like, what action did they take?
We saw a couple of times our headmaster talking to him one-on-one. And, like, the first time we went to the headmaster, it was about a problem where he was showing favorites to some of the students, which now we are really glad that we weren't his favorites.
His favorites.
Yeah, exactly.
Quotation marks, okay.
And the first time we went and complained because he was giving them help on their exams and he didn't help us. And we went to the headmaster and she said, well, you should just give him the benefit of the doubt. That
What? Who says that?
Are you kidding me?
Did you tell your mom or dad?
Yeah, we told our parents everything because we were like, this is just too much.
Did your parents do this with you, or did you personally, like, you couple girls, just go by yourselves to the headmaster?
We went by ourselves the first time whenever he was showing favorites, and then whenever he touched my friend inappropriately, then, like, I went alone because she was so afraid. I was like, you really need to fix this. And I don't know, it was just so creepy. Like, he was 55 to 60, like, literally balding. He had, like, 5 hairs on his head.
To be balding, I have no idea why.
He had a comb over. Okay, this is the weirdest part. He wore the exact same. I'm not kidding. He looked like Homer Simpson, like, in a nursing home.
He was really yellow too, probably.
Oh, he was like grayish.
It was gray.
Bro. Great.
Gray Homer. So after you complained and all that stuff,
hmm
did it get better? Like, did he stop that shit, or did he just fucking whatever, man? Yeah, just give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm just a weird guy, you know. I like to touch asses.
It got a little bit worse,
It
actually.
got worse.
Because then he was like, he actually came up to us in class one day and he just stopped the entire lecture and said, "You know what? I'm tired of you guys complaining about me whenever I'm a good teacher to you." And I'm just sitting there like, "Okay, girly, you need to stop." And like he just started complaining to us, like, "Stop going to the headmaster whenever I haven't done a single thing to you."
Because he knows it was you, couple of girls specifically, right?
Yeah, I guess she might have mentioned something or said it was one of us from our specific class, but I don't know. He knew it was us somehow. So he just started complaining to us, and God, I don't know. But
And was that the last time that something like this happened to you? Like the very last time, or did something worse happen? Or did you do something worse? Like did he like rape a kid or anything like that?
I mean, as far as I know, he didn't. But
So he's
I
just
really
going up to
wouldn't doubt it.
touching girls and just getting really close in your personal space,
Yeah, he would like.
right?
Oh God, it was weird. He was like giving us like in-depth. Okay, we were learning how to dissect squids, and he was like practically making us say penis and other words for that.
Did he get like super excited when you said it?
Yeah, he probably had a sexual rise out of that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He
Oh,
like,
yeah.
covered his pants and he just sat down, or like he bent over.
You know, I'm a girl, so I don't understand how those issues work.
But he just tried to make you guys say nasty shit, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he was like excited or something like that.
And one time we
Make
actually.
every single girl in class say penis. It's
Oh
like,
my god.
oral exam. Say penis. You have to be able to
Maybe
pronounce
10 times fast.
And then what happened? And then what happened?
One time we were just goofing off in class and we got our phones out and started taking pictures of each other. And in the background of a picture, you could see him with
Oh
He
god.
was just in the background, just looking.
Yeah. He like I can literally find the picture because it's still on my computer. I kept it.
Why did you keep it?
Yo,
Like for evidence or
Kind of.
Caitlin, I would love to personally see that picture. Don't post it on here.
Don't post it on
just,
Reddit.
just send it to me. Just please send it to me, and I'll
Can I like put something over my face because I was really nasty?
What's he doing in the picture?
He's looking at his computer, and you can't see the screen, and I'm really glad you can't. But
So wait, does he have like a you know?
yeah.
God.
Like full blown.
He has a what,
Jeez,
sir?
man.
What?
Yeah, just don't say it.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's chill. Okay.
Really?
Chill.
Fuck.
Like it's okay. So the reason I have it is I keep everything on my computer.
Yeah.
So I have it from a couple years ago, but
Wait, how old are you now? Like 17? I thought you told me.
yeah, I was 14, but I just
I
recently
wasn't
turned
fucking
14.
aroused, you asshole.
Oh, I thought you were.
That's not how you spell it. You fucking spelt it wrong. One
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll check.
So how old are you now,
Rose.
Caitlin?
Huh?
How old are you now, Caitlin? Like
15.
16? 15?
Wait, so you still go to the same school?
Yes, but he okay, so we were the class from hell because we were always complaining, and he actually left or got fired the next year, so we only had him for a year, thank God.
Good, yeah.
I wonder why he was fired.
I mean, I really don't know. Like,
Because he
we
was
had
a
this theory.
roast all the time. He was a roast.
A roast. A roast.
Shut up, Haley.
But that's so he's fired from your school. Like you don't have to see him on a regular basis anymore, right?
Yeah, he was gone, and the weird thing was that we were kind of joking, but we had this little theory that, like, oh, maybe he lives in his classroom, like, because one day, one of the girls, I don't even know why, but she went behind his desk and started going through his drawers, and she found a whole drawer of nothing but his clothes.
Well, why?
Trench
He was
coat.
probably living there.
Gosh.
It was all ties,
He
and
loves education that much.
Yeah,
The children.
Just changes in the middle of class.
basically, he started unbuttoning his shirt one time, and I was like, okay, so I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, can I get a
Where
hall
else
pass?
but Carolina?
Exactly. I hate this state, but you know what? Whatever. I'm moving.
So that was your creepy child. Well, it's not really childhood, but it happened like a couple years ago. Still considered childhood, I guess. You're like 13.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
And
shit.
just like
That's never
really
happened to us, eh?
You live in North Carolina.
No, I
But
remember in middle school there was a guy. There was like a gym teacher that always kind of had like a semi
Oh my god.
gym class, but like it wasn't really like we never really had people like that. And thank God it's because we live in Canada, so I mean like we don't really.
yeah, you guys are like all nice and stuff, and then
No, I don't know about that.
That stuff happens here too, Haley. You just probably haven't heard
Without going
about
into
it.
detail, my high school was full of sluts. It was full of teachers that were
Same.
sexually active with students, and when I mean
Oh,
sluts,
really?
I basically
Same.
mean grade 9s were sucking dicks.
That just got hard. Okay.
And
awesome.
yeah, like, without going into detail, my high school was one
Party
of those.
central.
Yeah, that's kind of how mine is.
Okay, so thank you for that. Let's go to the next person. Is it Ghoulish Gal? And then
Ghoulish
Skylar?
and then Skylar, and then we're done.
And then this is
Unless Eden has another story, and I don't even think she's here right now. So
she's probably just gone.
Eden just fell asleep.
Yeah, probably. So Ghoulish Gal.
Yeah, I have one. I don't know if it counts as childhood because I was 17.
It's before 18, I guess.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Just before you're 18.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I'm 23. Feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
I think I talked about it before, but there used to be a little boy who'd follow me, like his spirit would follow me around,
Mhm.
and I wasn't sure if he was good or not.
Mhm.
And I'm 90% sure he did this, but I was sleeping at my boyfriend's house,
Mhm.
and I remember something cold touching my ankle,
Yeah.
and I kind of ignored it because I'm kind of used to that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But then all of a sudden, I got ripped out of bed.
Mhm.
Like it pulled me out of the bed, and I fell on the floor.
Yeah.
And I didn't see anything, which is weird because I usually see the spirit there.
So
But
but how'd you know it was the boy?
I'm not sure. I'm 90% sure it was him because
I'm assuming he just didn't choose to manifest at that
that's
point.
what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
More like, well, how do you call it? Like a poltergeist type of
Yeah, exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
And he just ripped me out of bed, and I sat up because I didn't wake up until my head hit the floor.
Yeah.
And it freaked me out because I never had anything negative happen to me before.
So this is the only time you were attacked by a poltergeist?
That was the only time anything ever like physically tried to hurt me.
So through all these years you could have contact spirits, this was the only time that something like that has ever happened to you.
And it was
Unbelievable.
after I saw that kid.
Wow. That's pretty good.
And it was terrifying, and I remember I got up and I yelled at it
Yeah.
because like, don't do this, what's your problem?
And this was like a kid, like a
Yeah, he was like 6.
a 6-year-old kid with the force to pull you down.
But what I'm kind of thinking is if it was something negative manifested
They're
as a
more
child,
powerful. Yeah.
because they like to manifest in ways that don't seem scary.
I see. Yes.
That's how it lures you in, and yeah, it makes sense.
Because when it did that, I thought, it's just a little kid, so I left like toys out for it because I worked at a daycare, so I had like toys laying around all the time.
For that kid.
Yeah, so it just kind of lured it in.
Does that happen a lot where they manifest into like a form that it's less threatening or like a different kind of form just to get your guard down or something like that? Does that happen a lot with these spirits?
With evil spirits, yeah. Like nice spirits or like friendly ones, they don't.
Like they're real.
They don't play tricks or games, but the malevolent, malicious ones do.
Because like Mike, I was thinking that night that we went to the thing. Do you think it was actually the girl, or do you think it was a?
When I saw her the 3 times I told you about it, I'm pretty sure it was the girl. But at the end, when we went to that part of Kirby Road, and then I saw the big thing, and I couldn't tell. I'm pretty sure that was malicious. I felt like we needed to get the fuck out, and we did, and I'm glad we did, because I have a feeling if we stayed, something probably would have happened.
Like the car wouldn't start or something like that, maybe.
Like my body was telling me to get the fuck out, and I've never felt that way prior to anything that I've seen before. Ever since I was 8, like I've never ever felt an energy like that. But at that point, my head and my body was like, "Fuck off right now, go."
I actually like showed my cousin that thing, and they say it's really crazy. Like it's really good. Like the last part.
Yeah, yeah. Like we just needed to get out there, and I'm glad we did.
Would you like to go back there again?
No, I don't.
Really?
No. Because after seeing that girl 3 times and seeing that thing in the farm and then seeing that thing at the end of the road, that was enough to tell me that we are not welcomed.
You remember every
I do.
detail.
I remember how she looks like. I remember what she wore. But then the guy in the farm, I couldn't tell because it was just an apparition. It was like a silhouette, if you will. And then the last one, I really couldn't tell at all because it was too far. But I knew it was coming towards us.
But you're still down to do this, right?
I'm still down to do this, but
But not there.
Yeah, not at Kirby Road because there's too much history there.
I just lie to you and drive us there. You're like, hey, this is Kirby Road.
I will kick you out of the car and then drive back.
Dude, if you guys had the budget, you should come down to San Fran, and then we could go to Alcatraz.
I wish, yo. I'm trying to, like, this is just kind of off topic, but I'm trying to pitch this to some like websites and stuff like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. They take this kind of stuff, right? So if we can pitch them the idea or just have them like distribute it for us online, then we can probably have a better budget, and we can.
Dude, if you had me, I would be willing to help in any way. That sounds awesome.
But
that sounds cool.
But the guys that are like Mike and like the camera guy, like I'm gonna keep them because they're not bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. no, I actually really like the camera guy too. Like he's really good. So yeah, like even if we do get a big budget, I'll probably still keep him though, because he's like he's like a pro.
One that's basically put this out there and started it for you.
Yeah.
If you will. Yeah.
Same with you. Like even if
Yeah, I'm probably good for a while. If you're down to do this in the summer, maybe, but then I'm probably not gonna be willing to do it even then. To be honest with you.
What, Kirby Road?
Well, yeah, Kirby Road I'm not down for, but like if you find an asylum or an abandoned hospital, those are probably hot spots, and I would really be down.
I'm thinking of doing this like because it's January 8th, so like by February, like I'll release the video and then we'll probably shoot.
We'll go from there.
Yeah, like I actually have a couple places I want to go to, and then I get you, I'll get him, because he's coming back from a trip.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna come back, and then we can do it again. And
Yeah.
then this time to be better prepared, and then this one we're gonna try to sell it maybe.
We need better equipment though. We need like EVP. We need
Ghost box.
I don't mess with that because I'm not.
Yeah, that's the thing. I asked Mike if he's.
Yeah, I don't fuck with like Ouija boards. I don't fuck
Ouija
with
boards
ghost
and
boxes,
shit.
things
Oh my
that I
God.
can't control because I'm not aware of and I'm not in tune. Yeah, so I don't touch stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
for me it's not too bad because my spirit guide kind of wards off all the bad stuff. So
Yeah, I don't have anything like
No,
that.
man, this guy feels it directly. Like he's like.
Yeah, like I have Haley. Haley's useless in that situation.
Wow. I read stories. I fucking narrate stories. You tell me.
Dude, okay, there was this one
do
time.
anything.
There was this one time, right? So we got out of the car, and then it was like, what was it? And when I heard the laughter, what kind of animal was it, Haley?
It was, I don't know, man. A geese.
Yeah, a geese. And then it sounded like laughter, and then he confirmed it too. It was so ominous at the time too.
Well,
And
I
then
was
when-
trying to say it wasn't a laughter until I turned on the camera.
Yeah, and then we
I
were
was like,
recording.
yeah, it's a laughter. It's a ghost.
But he heard it too, and he was genuinely scared. And then that freaked me out so much right there.
I think I was more excited the whole time.
Exactly. Fuck you.
Like the moment you start going like crazy, I'm like, shit, this is awesome. This is gold.
Yeah, I feel like Haley would be the kind of person that when Mike sees some like shadowy figure in the asylum, he's like,
He
"Come on, let's
milks
go."
it. Yeah, Haley milks it. Like, it's so bad because I'm actually genuinely scared.
Film him. Film him.
Like I'm legit scared. And then if Haley can see what I've been seeing, he probably would have left by the time he saw the girl initially when she was walking towards us from the road, which was really creepy actually. But
The way he was saying it was creepy too. You said she was walking towards us.
yeah, she was at the stop sign and then she was walking towards us, and then at that time there was no light. It was just you, me, Steely, and then just that spirit walking towards
And our
us.
lantern.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was this from your Glendon adventure?
Yeah, but we actually didn't go to Glendon.
Oh, you didn't go to Glendon?
I don't know why, because I think we couldn't get... No, because we said it wouldn't be exciting enough, and then we went to a couple of places. The first place we went to, there was like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, yo, we have to do something crazy. And then my cameraman said that he knew of a place that was really fucked up.
That had a really bad history attached with it too.
Like a KKK member killed his daughter or some shit like that, and we drove out there
Oh wow.
at night.
Dude, okay, when at like literally it was pitch black dark. It was horrible. Literally no light was there besides our lantern.
And the fucking moon, like that's it.
Exactly.
Yo, you should come next time, dude.
Yeah, I'd be down.
You can be like crew and then host number 3 or some shit. But then you wouldn't believe in ghosts. You don't even believe in ghosts. How the fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
You're just like disapproving everything. No, but I don't think that's real, dude. I don't think.
Have I ever been like that with you?
No, I'm kidding. But
Have
yeah,
I ever been like that with you, Haley?
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You're good. You're good.
Like Steely was a skeptic, but then after we've done that, he kind of started believing in what I said, and then just
Who's
the
a
whole
skeptic?
aspect.
Haley's always been at least part believer. That's
No.
always ghosts have always been his favorite topic.
Yeah, man.
But I don't know. For me, I feel like I have a strange relationship when it comes to the supernatural because I don't think about it. It's just not a part of my life, and I'm not afraid of it. At the same time, when it comes to actually engaging it, like stuff like the ghost box, last time I was on, I believe it was
like almost a month ago.
That made me really uncomfortable. Any kind
The
of
ghost box?
messing with.
Yeah, when I was asking about my grandpa, and then
Oh,
it-
yeah.
yeah.
It said negative.
Yeah, it
So
said
I-
negative. Yeah.
As much as you may call me a skeptic, and I don't really think about ghosts, I also have zero interest in touching Ouija boards or.
You're the
getting
type of
involved
person
in
where
that.
you need to experience it for you to believe it, right?
Dude,
Yeah, I
Ouija
think
boards
that's it.
are so nope for me.
But I also think I have a pretty open mind as well. Like when you guys talk about your experiences, I'm not like like you guys are making shit up. That's not my.
To everyone that says though, I will gladly give them my eyes for a day, and then they'll
Oh,
just
yeah, they can take
probably,
mine, too.
Yeah, they can probably shut the fuck up for that day.
Uh-huh.
You know,
But anyway.
I'm happy having my life like this.
Yeah, I like having
Same here.
just normal eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyways.
Eden has to leave.
All
Bye.
right. Have a
Yeah,
good
I'm
night.
actually gonna
Eden.
say, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna say bye, guys, now. But thanks for having me. You know, Haley, Mike, everybody.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for
Have
coming.
a good night.
But yeah, I will catch you guys not this next Friday, but Friday after next.
Yeah.
I believe it's the
All right.
22nd, right?
Yeah, the
Mike?
22nd.
Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if you got the link that I sent you, Haley, but the video is up, so you can like peruse it as you like.
Is it? Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
It's a
up.
really good video, yeah.
You guys watched it already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I commented.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. I haven't watched it. All right.
Yeah, check it out.
Bye.
All right, bye,
Bye,
guys.
Eden.
Bye.
So, Gigi, did you finish your story yet, or do you have more to? Gulishka.
It's pretty done.
Okay, so do you think we can go to Skylar and then that's a day?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna go though, 'cause it's like almost midnight here.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Yep. Thanks for having me again.
Every week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. The last one.
All right. Lots of pressure.
Last
All
man
right, you
standing.
better end this off strong.
All right.
Make shit up. Make shit up.
I'm not making shit up. This is something that happened, and I didn't really attribute it to anything supernatural, but thinking back on it, it was a pretty freaky experience. So this all happened back when I was in grade 8, back when my step-parents, or my stepmom was, my mom was with my stepdad, and we went on a family camping trip up near Elliott Lake, which is like an hour outside of Sudbury.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we were on this camping trip, and we decided to go hiking. And as we were hiking, my stepbrother got bit by this bug, like right in his upper right temple. And this bite, it just swelled up, and it just became this really large, nasty purple. I don't know, it was just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it looked kind of funny. We teased him about it. We went back to the campsite, and he started feeling kind of sick and woozy, and he was just kind of out of it. So he went and he passed out in the tent. We didn't really think anything of it until that night. And so we went into the tent, and he was still out cold, and we were just kind of like playing card games and messing around, and it was dark, and at one point he just like randomly just shot up, with like his eyes.
Okay.
It looked like something out of like a B movie when zombies rising up from the
Horror
ground.
movie, yeah.
And he was just kind of like out of it, and he just like he rose and he's like, "It's here," and we're just like, "What?" He goes and he bursts, like he just goes straight from lying down, sprints out of the tent, and he just kind of like projectile vomits all over the ground, and we just kind of like laugh it off. We're like, man, this guy's really messed up. And so he just kind of like stays with his head outside the tent for a while, and we keep playing our games. And then once again, he just kind of like yells out like, "It's here!" And we're like,
I just love the family sometimes. Like he's just like vomiting. You guys are playing games.
I know. We're just like, this guy is like, I don't know, he's sick. Something's messed up with him.
No one takes care of him at all.
No, we were.
No one cares.
That. The parents were off in their tent. They were the ones that would have taken care of him, but. And so yeah, he goes quiet for a bit, and he starts like murmuring to himself, and he's talking to himself, and I'm like, dude, like, what are you talking about? And then he turns to me, and his eyes are like bright red, and this purple thing is just, it almost feels like it's expanding, it's throbbing, and it's like, the moose is here.
What?
And he was just having these crazy hallucinations that there was this like demon moose outside the tent, and he was screaming for us to like protect ourselves. And it's weird because I've thought about like after like maybe there were drugs involved, but at the time he wasn't into drugs. He later became he used to like smoking random things, like he'd smoke pine needles and anything he could fit in a zigzag, but he wasn't smoking any drugs at the time. But yeah, it was just this bizarre experience where he kind of went crazy, and right after like the third time he shouted out like, "The moose is here," he just kind of like passed out. That was the fun where we kind of like took him and we tucked him back in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the story. It was just this really strange. I've never seen anyone trip that hard, and it seemed like it was based on this bug more than anything, this bug bite he had. But it's the closest thing I can imagine to what it'd be like to be around someone who's possessed. Like he was just out of it. Like it was funny in a sense, but we were also really terrified. Like this guy could do something. Like all his movements were violent. He was just constantly yelling and shouting and slamming his fists on the ground. It was bizarre.
Well, I can't believe it. You shared a ghost story. Like in all the years I've known you, like, okay, how does this never come up in any of
I had to dig for this one. I'm like, God, like, there's been many times in my life that I'm scared. I can't think of a single thing. And then finally, like, oh my God.
When does this happen?
This happened when I was in grade 8, and God, that was like ages ago. That was before I knew you.
Elliott Lake, eh?
Yeah.
The place where shit happens.
It was a campsite around Elliott Lake. I was trying to look it up, and I think it's South Bay Park.
Do you think it may have been the bug bite and how that there was like some poison in that caused them to hallucinate and do this whole thing? Because it sounds like that.
Yeah, that's what my theory's kind of always been, right? Like he had this massive purple bite.
Oh, jeez.
So clearly
on his fucking temple, man.
Something unusual. It might have been some kind of like weird allergic reaction or something.
Yeah, that goes straight to his brain.
Yeah.
So that's what you've attributed it to, probably your whole life, right?
Yeah.
Because if you actually believed it, you would have been swayed already and been like, yeah, man, there's like ghosts, there's like demons, there's like a moose demon and shit.
Yeah. But I feel like the way our beliefs kind of like color the way we perceive certain things. Just like I find it really interesting when I watch horror movies of people, because I like never do. During the movies, I'm a coward. Like I'm hiding behind my pillow. Like I can't watch anything.
I think I've watched some with you, right?
Yeah, we watched Saw.
White Ghost,
and you got bored. Oh yeah, White Ghost. That one was funny.
Yeah.
But once the movie's over, like it's just gone from my mind. Like I just go back to living my life. But the people that were totally fine, they're laughing at me for being scared.
They
suddenly like any sound, like it's like holy shit, like what is that?
Because they think about it, dude.
Yeah, they have a very different way of perceiving things. So I don't know. To me, that's an interesting difference.
When I was young and I used to like hang out with him a lot, I used to walk. You know how I used to walk from your place back home at night?
Yeah.
Holy shit, I was scared. Like, I wasn't even watching horror movies, but just the fact that I was walking in the middle of the night on the street was just fucking terrifying. And I didn't take the bus. Like, I never took the bus. I just walked from your house to my house.
You remember the that flashing telephone booth?
Yeah, I always walk past that.
I hate that. Right by the cemetery too.
Yeah, it's right by the cemetery, but I don't think it's there anymore. Like, I drive by.
No, they fixed it. Or
fixed it,
maybe
right?
they just got rid of the whole thing, but
All right, so you got anything more to say, Skylar?
that's it.
That's it. All right,
That's
can we just end the stream now? Thanks everybody for coming.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I'm really tired, but yo, this was fun. I think we should. Yeah, I think today was like the best. It was well organized.
Yeah, we had a really good order. I think that's all because of Mike, though. He did a really good job with that.
Yeah, we actually talked about that because last week was like total chaos. So we're like, yo, we gotta figure something out and stuff. But thank you for doing your. But when you actually release your channel, just tell me.
Yeah, I'm hopefully by next podcast I'll come back with that account rather than this old one.
Or next week if you want, I can interview you.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, just
I'm game.
If you have it up, I'd be down to help you out.
Yeah. I got a new computer for Christmas, so that should work perfectly for me.
Nice. Okay. Bye.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye, everybody.